We're live at Thompson Street. It's not Friday night lights, Doug. It's Monday Night Football.
A little different schedule this week, obviously, with the situation with Jersey Shore football player Max Engel. But we're glad to be back, Nate. Thompson Street Stadium, good rival coming in here with the Shikellamy Braves. Should be a good competitive ball game tonight.
It should be. The outpouring of love, and let us preface tonight with some grace, guys. It's been a rough week for so many. Our hearts go out to the Engel family, and we'll get to that in a minute. But just the outpouring of love and support. You can hear the crowd in the background. Thompson Street will have record attendance tonight from state line to state line, Doug. I mean, we're talking the Allentown Central Catholics, the Thomas Jeffersons, also the region that has just literally been loving on the Bulldog Nation and Josh and Heather Engel. So, Doug, we're going to get right to it tonight. We just want to pay tribute. We want to spend a part of tonight paying tribute to all those who've just generously given. I mean, we're talking from the shirts to the number 4s to the way the field is painted tonight, but most importantly, that have showered this family with love. And one example tonight, Doug, is we're going to let Jim Carpenter squeeze in here. He helps us with scoring drives. And this is an absolutely incredible. We're going to have to get this up. Can we see that? Anyway, what we'll do for now is just talk a little bit about tonight and where we're headed, Doug. Again, it's a 7 p.m., I guess 7:05 kickoff now, right? So we'll get to the tribute here in just a minute. Tell us a little bit about how we got here to Monday in regards to our last opponent. Incredible night for the most part down at Selinsgrove. It was a well-fought contest. And you want to say a little bit about just the sportsmanship before we maybe cut to break and come back? Just Selinsgrove and the class act they were.
Well, they did an absolutely tremendous job in very trying circumstances, obviously. But, Nate, the ball game itself was exactly what everyone expected it to be. Very evenly contested game. Jersey Shore went up, and then Selinsgrove came back and tied it late. Evenly matched teams, no surprise there. Good coaching on both sides, good athletes on both sides, and then when the medical situation happened, obviously they made the right decision to have that end in a tie, and that we'll see how that all plays out in regard to the playment on the field, the playoff points and all of that. But how did we get here tonight? Shikellamy comes in at 1-2, started out with a win over Central Columbia 21-7, lost to Mifflin County 23-6, and then lost an overtime thriller, a game they probably should have won. Talked to Dave Ritchie from the WKOK station, and they had it won, but they lost 32-39 in overtime. Good win for Central Mountain, not a good loss there for Shikellamy. And Shore comes in at 2-1. Big win on the road at Pottsville. Big win here last time at home in Thompson Street Stadium, 53-0 over Lewisburg, and then that tie last week, 21-21 at Selinsgrove. And again, we give great thanks to Coach Hicks, his staff, and all the fans who have been so supportive of the Jersey Shore team and community throughout the past week.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to come back, and we're going to have more to talk about tonight. Keys to the kingdom, offensive, defensive scheme, starting lineups, who wins the toss, and where we go from here. We're going to break for commercial. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School Bulldog football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
It's time for an insurance review. Every now and then, you need to know you're getting the best coverage at the best price. So here's a phone number, 570-865-5191. State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt will give you an overview and make recommendations on how you can protect yourself and your family. Auto, home, life, health, property, or business, it's Eberhardt State Farm. Available online at insurejerseyshore.com. Eberhardt State Farm in their new offices, 600 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore. 570-865-5191.
There's still an Agway in your local area. X-Agway in Jersey Shore. They have been supplying the community for years. X-Agway. Everything you'll need to win the seasonal fight. Whether it's fertilizer and lime for lawn and garden season, or rock salt and ice melt for the winter weather. Right now, it's time to set your food plots and grab wood pellets from X-Agway. 112 Harris Street, Jersey Shore, X-Agway. Local people taking care of local people. 570-398-2770.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means... Wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait! Unlimited first-year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
Fredham Disposal has proudly served the community with residential and commercial trash removal for the last 55 years. They're a family-owned company that cares about the environment and their customers, providing extensive trash removal and recycling options. Their fleet of trucks provide reliable pickup service, and they give you a chance to pay your bill online. Fredham Disposal, here for you. Call 57039-81814. Fredham Disposal.
Everything costs more, and lots of us are worried about how much we'll spend this coming winter to heat our homes. Make sure to call Hollick's Coal and Oil in Jersey Shore, 570-398-1190, providing stove, nut, pea, buckwheat, and rice coal, heating oil, outside mix kerosene, and off-road diesel. A fixture in the Jersey Shore community for the last 72 years. Hollick's Coal and Oil, ready to keep you warm this winter. 570-398-1190, online at hollickscoalandoil.com.
Bear Country 99.9 FM.
Nate Carpenter, Doug Bradley, we are back, Thompson Street Stadium. Again, the piece earlier is a tribute to Max Engel. It's an art piece. It's absolutely beautiful. And we want to give a shout-out to Avis artisan Mark Dauberman for the fantastic work. We know there's already a lot of people that want the print. You've seen it on Facebook. So just be patient. Give it time. Once again, before we get to the out-of-town scoreboard tonight and get back to football, we just want to say from the Bear Country Radio and Sports Network to Dr. Dave and Karen back at the station, Vince, Doug, myself, Jim, Chris Davis, who's en route to Boston right now, and Sean Hale, just thank you so much for the support. But we also want to say to Josh and Heather tonight, in honor of Max, we love you. We're praying for you. You're in our thoughts and prayers. And now it's time to focus on the kids, the healing, the crowd that's here to memorialize him. Doug, let's talk about the out-of-town scoreboard before we get to those starting lineups.
Well, with this game being moved to Monday, obviously the games that we would normally cover in that out-of-town scoreboard, which is brought to you all season long by Tie Dot and Embroidery. Go see all of those folks in Charles Street in Jersey Shore, and we really appreciate all that they have done for us throughout this year being a sponsor for the out-of-town scoreboard. So obviously you know the Jersey Shore Selinsgrove score 21-21 this past week on Friday, and then Selinsgrove and Shamokin played this past Friday. The Seals get a big win to go to 3-1 at 42-7. Central Mountain Mifflinburg in a shootout. Mifflinburg comes back in the second half to win. Wildcat versus Wildcat. Wildcats from Mifflinburg 43-33. Montoursville, they go to 2-1 with a nice solid win over Central Columbia 20-13. Lewisburg, tough task, tough part of their schedule against Southern Columbia. They were beaten soundly by the Tigers 69-13. And then the shocker of the night in this whole region, Milton upsets Mount Carmel, number 6 ranked team in the region, 12-7. So just an outstanding job by the Black Panthers of Milton to go to 2-1. Midwest falls to 0-3. They lose to Bloomsburg 43-14. South Williamsport goes to 3-0, 58-30 over Kauneski Valley. Muncie goes to 2-1, solid win in the Old Shoe game, 40-14. Troy goes to 3-0. While losing, they beat handily 41-7. Williamsport gave a good effort against Berwick, but they fall 21-7. Loyalstock Township and Danville, great ball game. Danville comes out on top 28-25. Bald Eagle area beats Tyrone 41-22 to go to 2-1. Lime Mountain beats Middletown, 14-7. Bucktail in a wild shootout against Otto Eldred. They fall to go to 3-1 at 57-48. Canton, they stay undefeated, 40-0 over Towanda. Hughesville, Warrior Run, the defenders get a win 14-7. Sayre loses big to Marion Catholic 41-7. And then lastly, we're going to keep track of Pottsville all season long because every game they play, when they get a win, that's playoff points for the Bulldogs of Jersey Shore. They play a very solid Blue Mountain team tough, but they lose 21-14. So that's the out-of-town scoreboard. Catches up everything from this past Friday night.
Yeah, it was a very, very busy weekend Friday night with regard to all the other teams, but it's Monday night. We're here at Thompson Street. It's a sea of orange. So if you're able to get out to the game, great. If not, you can tune in as well. You can see the video. You can see the game live television through the YouTube channel, Bear Country 999. We're going to pause for commercial, go back to the station. You're watching and listening to Jersey Shore High School Bulldog football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Thing you need in one place. Jiffy Market in Jersey Shore. Now your first choice for great hot food, breakfast sandwiches, bagels, French toast sticks, boneless wings, hash browns, garbage fries, and taco wraps. PA lottery tickets and skill games and ATM fresh-made sandwiches, meat and cheese by the pound, snacks, candy, slushies, and more. All at Jiffy Market. Everything you need in one place. Across from the post office in downtown Jersey Shore. Stop and shop. Jiffy Market in Delhi.
At Taco Bell, we like to keep mornings simple because before 11 a.m., you're not down for whatever.
No.
You're not interested in trying new things.
No.
You want a breakfast that's toned down and delicious, like the Breakfast Crunch Wrap with fluffy eggs, sausage, melty cheese, and a crispy hash brown and a grilled tortilla.
I want to eat that.
See? You may not be a morning person, but it's morning, and you're a person. Taco Bell breakfast, served until 11 a.m. At participating Taco Bell stores during breakfast hours only while supplies last.
Life moves pretty fast, and so does technology. So we should be proud that after over 40 years, Reese's Print Shop in Lock Haven still provides excellent work for everyone in Bear Country. So many other print shops have closed their doors, but Randy Reese still offers digital and offset printing at competitive prices, and they're fast. Reese's Print Shop, 7 East Main Street, Lock Haven. Stop in, email randy@reesesprintshop.com or call 570-748-6528. Reese's Print Shop. See what we can do for you or your company.
Hard work is the foundation of the job site. Boot Barn Work and Carhartt are committed to supporting the hard workers that keep our nation moving. Boot Barn Work proudly offers a broad selection of Carhartt workwear and boots, known for durability and quality since 1889. When the work is relentless, Carhartt is trusted to finish the job. With so much on the line, there's no room for cutting corners. Carhartt at Boot Barn Work.
B.A. Mikesell is a local residential, commercial, and industrial electrical contractor. With over 10 years servicing North Central Pennsylvania, B.A. Mikesell has built relationships with home and business owners in Jersey Shore and beyond. Trust B.A. Mikesell's trained electricians for all of your electrical needs. Take advantage of their industry-leading warranties. Call 570-398-7837 today to find out more. B.A. Mikesell Electric, a proud supporter of Jersey Shore sports.
Need insurance? See Fager Insurance. Fager Insurance at 511 East Church Street in Lock Haven is an independent agency representing Erie Insurance. Fager Insurance works for you to get the best coverage at the best possible price with superior service. You are the person that counts. If you have a loss or claim, Fager Insurance will be there to guide you through the process. Fager Insurance offers auto, home, flood, business, and life insurance. Since 1964, Clinton County residents have trusted Fager Insurance at 511 East Church Street, Lock Haven. You should too. Fager Insurance.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly. We're about 16 minutes from kickoff here at Thompson Street, Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. Again, we talked earlier, it's a sea of orange. Great crowd, great support. And, Doug, we've seen the support all week long. The entire state has run out of orange T-shirts, orange gear, and it's just been this wave of support and love. And you see that again here tonight, this outpouring of support. But Shikellamy comes in. They've had some offensive schemes that have changed this year. I believe they're Logan Libby-led. Former quarterback, Selinsgrove, great career, went to Bloomsburg, did some good things. You have their lineup.
Going to look at the offense for Shikellamy and up front. And the first thing we'll backtrack, I want to say that overall, they are a pretty young ball club. They have some veterans, and we'll talk about them in just a second. But the big guy up front leads them, number 74 at the right tackle, freshman Jacob Rosinski, 6'3", 263. He's alongside Bender at the right guard at number 55. Bradigan is the center, number 53. Johnson, the left guard. Have him as number 52, but I don't see that on the Max Press roster. We'll have to see if that's correct. And then the left tackle is Spontarelli, number 56. They're decent size up front, but the big guy leading the way, that right tackle position, Rosinski, only a freshman at 6'3" at 263, so good size on that right side of the line. They are led in the backfield by sophomore veteran Brody Raybuck. Just found out tonight, Nate, he is actually the son of Mark Raybuck, or Rebuck, depending on how you pronounce it. He's a Line Mountain guy, was there when I was a teacher, and then he wrestled at Lock Haven University. He came over and said hello before the ball game. I haven't seen Mark since probably his college days. And then his brother, Mason was the center last year. So last year when Brody was a freshman, it was brother snapping the ball to brother. Brody is a good player. Mark reminded me that he broke his leg here in this game last year against Jersey Shore at Shikellamy. Not a bad break, but he ended his season for him. But he's a nice guy. He's a big guy, well over 200 pounds, about 215. So they can throw the football a little bit. And their main guy in the running game is a 4-year starter, Luke Snyder. He leads the way on the defense, but he is a very tough running back. And he had a long touchdown run in the game last year at Shikellamy. They have some nice young receivers led by Baez and Moyer. Fassbender, also number 9, leads the way. Our kicker is number 7, Steets, and their punter will throw in there is number 5, Moyer. So they have a mix of some veteran players like Luke Snyder, but some young guys as well as Coach Jim Kaiser tries to build this program and build this team, and they have a good mix here on the field tonight.
So that's your Shikellamy Braves tonight. Jersey Shore on defense. Defensive end, 31, Tate Sechrist, senior, 6 foot 195. At defensive end tonight on the right edge, 52, Preston Beatty, senior, 6 foot 195. Defensive end. Also, we'll see some action. Number 10, Luke Thompson, 6 foot 190. The tackles, 56, Slate Sechrist, a 6 foot 205 pound junior. Number 11, Brody Herr, a 5'10", 195 pound junior. Caden Walker is the nose tackle, 6 foot 225, number 75. Linebackers are Bo Sechrist, number 5. He's a 5'10", 185 pound sophomore. Number 43, Peyton Samar, 6 foot 180. He's a senior. The corners, 23, Dathan Tyson, 6 foot 195, senior. And Peyton Whitman, number 28, 5'10", 162. At safety, number 1, Elijah Jordan. He's a 6 foot 190 pound junior who will also see action at tailback and slot tonight. And number 9, Ashton Sweely, the 6 foot 172 pound senior. Special teams, the kicking and punting duties, up to number 11, Brody Herr. Long snapper, Mason Larson, number 69, 6 foot 215. Loomis, the quarterback, number 18. He's a 6'3", 225-pound senior. He'll do the holding. Kick returners will be Elijah Jordan, Brody Herr, and Tate Sechrist. So, Doug, we've covered the starting lineups. We're going to go back to the station, pause for another commercial. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
We have moved. Alexander Kia is offering the same great deals on new and used Kias at our new location on Broad Street in Montoursville. Come see Doug Hilliard and the great selection of 2024 Kias, the Telluride, Seltos, and the amazing all-new Kia EV9. SUV capability, EV power. Take advantage of all the extras available at Alexander Kia, including free state inspection and car washes with every service appointment. Alexander Kia, Broad Street, Montoursville, online, alexanderkia.com.
Muncie Bank and Trust is proud of its long history of guiding families and business owners on their financial journey. When it comes to serving our communities, we know that trust, integrity, and reliability are what you've come to expect from Muncie Bank and Trust. So whether you're a family looking to purchase a place to call home or a business owner seeking the capital to grow, your journey to making those dreams a reality starts at Muncie Bank. Learn more at munciebank.com. FDIC insured, equal housing lender.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your local Erie agent is Brigandy, Gleghorn, and Hafley. Get a quote today.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
It seems like there's an automotive parts store on every corner, and they all probably have the part or product you need. But do they know what you need? And do they know they have it? For automotive parts and knowledge, come to the automotive parts store that has automotive experience, Napa Auto Parts. The staff at Napa Auto Parts has the experience to answer your questions and make sure you get what you need. Napa Auto Parts, Hogan Boulevard, Mill Hall, and Bridge Street, Jersey Shore. Napa Auto Parts, Central PA's trusted source for automotive parts and knowledge for generations.
Consumer Cellular's award-winning customer support is 100% based in the U.S., and you are 100% based in the U.S. That's something you have in common with Consumer Cellular's customer service. Consumer Cellular's customer service likes pizza, and you like pizza. You want a free month of service, and we want to give you one. We obviously can't wait to hear from you. Visit consumercellular.com/free month and enter code FREEMONTH to get your second month free. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Promotion is subject to terms and conditions.
If you want to sell a house or buy a house, make it Anchor Realty in Lock Haven. Dave Winkleman and his team are ready to help you. Dave's a Jersey Shore graduate. He's ready to help fellow Bulldogs get the deal they want. He's motivated to market your home and find you a new one. 570-858-0777 for Dave Winkleman and the team at Anchor Realty. Ask Dave how he can guarantee your home will sell within 90 days. 57 Belfont Avenue, Lock Haven. Anchor Realty, ready to serve you. 570-858-0777.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
We're back. Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly. Before we get to stats, we just want to take a minute and say thank you to all the sponsors this year. Record sponsors before the kickoff, the first week's kickoff even took place. It's been just nothing but support for the Bulldog Nation. And this week we've seen that accelerated. And there have been so many catalysts for that. Even tonight at Bald Birds, they're on the big screen there. Get out to some of these local venues. If you can't get to the stadium because it's crowded, there's still room here. But if you can't get here, there's plenty of places to watch and go hang out and fellowship with community. But, Doug, let's talk a little bit about our sponsorship this year.
Always want to give a special shout-out to Steve and Elisa Wadsworth of Lock Haven for their support of the Jersey Shore Bulldog football team and the broadcast all season long. Special thanks to River Valley Internet for providing the bandwidth we need to bring you the broadcast. River Valley Internet, we never forget. You have a choice. The kickoffs all season long, tonight included, will be brought to you by Joe's Equipment, offering steel sales, service, and parts. Cement Drive, Jersey Shore, 570-398-1391. And we'll apologize up front. Won't get a chance to mention these guys a whole lot because we won't have an out-of-town scoreboard tonight because all the games have already been played from this past Friday. But again, Tie Dot and Embroidery. Go see the folks at Charles Street in Jersey Shore for all your embroidery, silk screening, printing needs. Tie Dot and Embroidery are our out-of-town scoreboard sponsor all season long.
Yeah, and Doug, honestly, they hooked me up tonight. They're going to hook you up next week. I got a really sweet black blazer with the number 4 on the back and the Bulldog logo on the front. And, you know, we couldn't be happier to have the support that we have, not only from the sponsorship. But let's talk a little bit tonight about some stats leading up to tonight.
Yep, found a new source for District 4 stat leaders through Week 3. Again, this is not updated to include Week 4 from Friday. So Elijah Jordan is number 4 in rushing in the District 4. Again, Jersey Shore, 55 carries, 390 yards, 3 TDs. For Brody Herr, he is 3rd in extra points, 13 for 18. And then also on the defensive side, Bo Sechrist is number 5 on that list with 33 tackles. And Elijah Jordan is number 4 in all-purpose yards for Jersey Shore, 547 through those first 3 games. Shikellamy has a couple folks on that list as well. Punt returns, Asher Moyer, so he is dangerous. He is number 3, 7 attempts, 69 yards. And then Luke Snyder, who we mentioned, Luke leads all of District 4 in tackles from the defensive side, 38 individual tackles for the Shikellamy Braves, so he'll be one to pay attention to. The Braves as a team come in scoring 19.7 points per game. They allow about 307 yards from their defense. Yards per game for their offense is about 285. They allow about 23 points per game, so they've been right there. They really should be 2-2 if they would have gotten that overtime win against Central Mountain. Again, led by Brody Raybuck, playing as a second-year starter. They have a couple dangerous freshman wide receivers. Thomas Pollock has already topped 100 yards in his first 3 games. Asher Moyer caught 5 passes for 95 yards against Mifflin County. And against Luke Snyder has gone over 100 yards rushing in 2 of the 3 games and also leads on the defensive side with 12.7 tackles per game. The Bulldogs come in scoring 47.3 points. Points allowed, 11.3. Most of them 21 last week against Selinsgrove. Yards per game, the Bulldog offense has been good, 775 yards per game, and they're only allowing about 133, and held that explosive Selinsgrove offense, Nate, to only 168 yards in that game last week. Elijah Jordan and Tate Sechrist lead the way on the ground, and both going over 100 yards in all 3 games. Jaron Loomis has been solid, but not outstanding, but that was expected. Thrown for over 100 yards in all 3 games. Dathan Tyson is second among area leaders in catches with 18, 10 of them in that season-opening win at Pottsville. So the Bulldogs have kind of spread it around. Bo Sechrist, Peyton Samar have been really solid, combined for 61 tackles. Last one, Tate Sechrist leads the region, has 8 sacks in the first 3 games this year. And Brody Herr also doing a great job in the kicking game, but really solid on the defense as well, averaging 5 tackles per game. So, Nate, a true team effort for both the Bulldogs and Shikellamy coming into tonight's ball game.
Yeah, it's been an incredible year. The Bulldogs really have looked solid on offense. Defensively holding Tucker Teets last week to 58 yards on the ground was incredible. Gave up some big plays, allowed Selinsgrove to hang around, and they're a great team. Again, hats off to them for the sportsmanship last week, wishing them nothing but the best. So tonight, Doug, we've talked about the out-of-town scoreboard. We've talked about starting lineups. We've talked about stats. We're going to pause and come right back. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School Bulldog football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Your local area insurance agency is McMahon, Ferguson & Associates. They handle your home, auto, commercial, and life insurance needs. Let's talk life insurance. If something happened to you, would your family be prepared? Let McMahon, Ferguson & Associates craft the perfect Erie life insurance policy for you. Call 570-398-4090 or visit 1020 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore. Your local Erie insurance agency is McMahon, Ferguson & Associates.
Always supporting the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, it's the Twilight Diner in Loganton, open 7 days and featuring a full menu, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and daily specials. So good, people ask for their food by name, and they bring that great taste on the road with the Twilight Diner on wheels. And now at this area's newest venue for weddings, reunions, and gatherings, Miller's Barn in Tylersville. Hold your next event in the middle of Amish country. Twilight Diner, 603 North Mill Street, Loganton. 570-725-3911 for takeout.
Right now at Wendy's, when you buy either Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, Medium Frosty, or 10-piece nuggets, you can get another for just $1. Your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs
Spicy
and
Chicken
a Frosty.
Sandwich, Dave's Single, and a Frosty for me.
And a Frosty. Okay, who said Frosty and a Frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price of participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's, valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined in a combo or any other offer.
Susquehanna Transit and Trailways are accepting driver applications. Driver applicants must be at least 21. School-related jobs offer an average of 4 to 5 hour workday, summers, weekends, and holiday off. Susquehanna Trailways is accepting applicants for motor coach driving opportunities. Applicants must have a valid driver's license, pass a physical, and have a clean driving record. 570-753-5125 or email schoolbus@susquehannabus.com to learn more.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. This is your dentist. Do me a favor and feel the front of your teeth. How grimy are they? Ugh. It's time for a Crest Pro Health reality checkup. That grime is the buildup of plaque bacteria that can cause cavities in just months. You need to switch to Crest Pro Health. While most toothpaste stop working in minutes, Crest Pro Health's antibacterial fluoride protects for up to 12 hours to stop cavities before they start. So pick some up on the way home. Smile. Crest has you covered.
This week's Jersey Shore game sponsored by Mealy Manufacturing, makers of the Pennsylvania skill games you find everywhere. Powered by Pace-O-Matic and manufactured in Muncie, Mealy Manufacturing, the skill game industry leaders. Their games provide legal entertainment to players and the opportunity to use their skills and strategies to win every time. Vastly different than gambling or casino-style games, skill games require players to think and take action to win. Mealy Manufacturing, supporting the community and employing local workers. 800-338-8401.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly back here on the Bear Country Sports Network. We're here at Thompson Street, home game tonight. It's going to be an incredible matchup. Shikellamy's coming in hungry. It's Monday Night Football, not Friday Night Lights. And, again, most of you know why. It's going to be an excellent night. And to not only talk about the program and how the program moves forward, but to honor and commemorate the memory of Max Engel. So, Doug, we are just moments away from kickoff, and I'm whispering because, as you know, if you're listening, there we go. That was the Jersey Shore alma mater. Out of respect, I didn't want to come across as being the only idiot in the entire stadium speaking at that time. So we're just candid here. We're going to be authentic. We're going to keep it real tonight. Again, it's a privilege to cover Jersey Shore High School football under Tom Gravish. Again, truly a class act. The kids have rallied, and they've admitted they're ready to play. You know, they're ready to move forward. So, Doug, let's talk about some of the things that Jersey Shore has done well. I know when I think about Jersey Shore and what they've done well, they've been balanced this year. At times they've really run the football well. At times they've thrown the football well. But I'd like to see them get into a little bit more rhythm and tempo offensively, not be hyper-penalized. And in special teams, where Brody Herr has really improved with the kicking game, we also know that the return game, specifically with punts, you know, fielding those punts, not letting them roll out, giving yourself the best possible field position.
Oh, no question about it. And we expected the offense to be maybe not as dynamic early in the season until Jaron Loomis, the quarterback, settled into his role. But, you know, he's done a good job, Nate. We talked about it in the last segment. He's thrown for over 100 yards in all 3 ball games, had a couple interceptions, but they really haven't hurt the team at all. And, you know, the penalties have not really been a big problem. I think it's just one of those situations where you got to figure out what works, and what has worked early, which, again, is not a surprise. Elijah Jordan, Tate Sechrist running the football, and the guys up front have done just a great job.
We're going to pause for one last segment, one last commercial as they pay tribute to Max Engel tonight here at Thompson Street. We're going to go back to the network. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School Bulldog football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
And now I ask that you join both teams.
It's time for an insurance review. Every now and then, you need to know you're getting the best coverage at the best price. So here's a phone number, 570-865-5191. State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt will give you an overview and make recommendations on how you can protect yourself and your family. Auto, home, life, health, property, or business, it's Eberhardt State Farm. Available online at insurejerseyshore.com. Eberhardt State Farm in their new offices, 600 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore. 570-865-5191.
There's still an Agway in your local area. X-Agway in Jersey Shore. They have been supplying the community for years. X-Agway, everything you'll need to win the seasonal fight, whether it's fertilizer and lime for lawn and garden season, or rock salt and ice melt for the winter weather. Right now, it's time to set your food plots and grab wood pellets from X-Agway. 112 Harris Street, Jersey Shore, X-Agway, local people taking care of local people. 570-398-2770.
Discover.
We're back. We're back here. Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly, Thompson Street. As the captains come out to the field, they're honoring the number 4 Max Engel as an honorary captain tonight as they walk his jersey out. It's Dathan Tyson, number 23, Peyton Samar, number 43. You see it, the number 4 jersey. And if you're listening, it's here. The form of Max Engel. Also, Tate Sechrist, number 31. And the other captain is Jaron Loomis, number 18. For Shikellamy.
For Shikellamy, it's number 5, Moyer, number 12, the quarterback, Brody Raybuck, Luke Snyder, number 23, and then big lineman John Rasinski, brother of Jacob Rasinski, we talked about earlier. Coming out, we did not pay attention to the coin toss here in pregame, so we're going to find it out right here with you on the air, see who is going to get the ball first, who's going to play defense. Sometimes that's a factor, sometimes it's not. We'll see which way it's going to go here tonight. Kevin McNamara leads the way for the officials. He is a referee that you see there in the white hat from the Susquehanna Valley chapter. Usually have him 2 or 3 times throughout the year, and the Braves, whether they won the toss or not, doesn't matter. They are going to receive, going to be going left to right on your radio dial and YouTube video channel.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting contest tonight, and just really first class. And you know, the support again from teams. You know, there's so many times more to life than football, but I know in times like this, you know, we all say, you know, football doesn't maybe need us, but we need football, and it's great to see community and the athletes able to move forward tonight in unity, unified, a unit. And I've played all kinds of sports, Doug, just as you have. And the one sport that wasn't necessarily my favorite, but I miss the most, is football because of the camaraderie, the bond, and the cohesiveness that comes through unity in the trenches.
Oh, no question about it. You have 2 coaches that really preach that in their team preparation. Coach Tom Gravish, obviously, with the Bulldogs, and Jim Kaiser at Shikellamy, longtime coach at Danville, and you know, he's on this side really trying to build the program. This will be a good challenge here for the Bulldogs tonight as they try and keep their unbeaten streak intact and hopefully have a chance to go to 3-0 tonight against the Braves.
And again, here, if you're listening, tuning in tonight, the stands are full. A great turnout here. You know, so many things happen, from moving in extra seats tonight to the porta potties, everything to make this evening happen. It's Monday Night Football, Thompson Street. Here goes the kickoff, the right leg of Brody Herr, and we're off. A short kick, caught up front and taken down immediately by number 4, Luke Keeley, not willing to take a risk on the return.
Well, that's a good thing. He's not the guy that's supposed to return it for the Braves, and did the smart thing. Field it cleanly, go down, give your team some pretty good field position right at the 30-yard line, and we'll see what the Braves do. Again, they've thrown the ball more than they've done in the past under direction of offensive coordinator Logan Leiby and Brody Rebuck, he can throw the football, no question about it. They can do a lot of good things through the air, but Luke Snyder is the guy that the Bulldog defense will have to pay most attention to here tonight.
Well, Doug, Shikellamy comes out. I've just felt like I'd probably get emotional on the air tonight, and that's okay. Shikellamy came out and took a knee. They're going to take a delay of game in Max Engel's memory. Just a way to pay tribute, something that you wouldn't necessarily see in the cards, but just something that really touches the heart of anybody who's looking on.
One, the players and coaches on both sides certainly really appreciate that. Now the teams will kind of regroup, we'll get set, and then see what these young men can do in the field here tonight.
Yeah, just so many things that life throws your way sometimes, and some of the beauty that's evidenced in the ashes of that. So the Dogs are going to be down in that stingy 5-2. Alex Jackson defense, and we're underway. Raybuck under center. Big shift. They're going to go to twins in the dual sidecars. Snap is back immediately to the flats. Oh, just in and out of the hands. A nice thrown ball. It was a dart intended for, I believe, number 84, Charlie Walter.
And the Braves, very different. For years they ran that wing T. Were very effective with it during the Todd Tilford years. But they feel you're going to have a quarterback with Brody. They want to utilize his talents. So a good attempt there on first down.
And I look to see this Shikellamy team mature under Logan Leiby's skills as a quarterback coach. Again, in the shotgun this time is Raybuck. Motions left to right, twins right. Snap is back. Handoff immediately up the middle. Stacked up front. Big tackle. Cleaned up by Samar, but the initial contact by number 56, Slate Sechrist.
And he's a guy that Chris Massey from the Sun Gazette has pointed out. He's a guy to watch. Really has come on the last couple ball games and played really solid on both sides of the football.
Shikellamy in their opening drive, 11:30 to go here. It's 3rd down and 11. The ball is on the 29-yard line. They're looking to get something moving, going to the wristbands for the audible play. Raybuck in the gun, single back to his left. Jumbo to the left, short slot. Motions right to left. Looking over the middle, gets room, tries to get away, but he's immediately met, contained by number 75, brought down by Caden Walker, and we've watched him mature before our eyes this year, Doug.
Really nice job there initially by the Brave offensive line. Really gave Brody Raybuck enough time to throw the football, but a good job down the field by the Bulldog defenders. Nobody open, forced the sack by Caden Walker.
It's 4th down and 16. It's going to be a punt. Raybuck does those duties as well, from quarterback to punter. Back to receive, Tyson and Jordan. Punt is away. It's a short one, and it's angling to the sideline. Gets a little bit of a roll. That'll be out inside their own territory, out around the 45-yard line. So excellent field position for the Dogs in this opening drive.
Just not a good one there by Brody Raybuck. He can do much better than that on a regular basis. That one, you could see it right away. Came right off the right side of the foot, sideways. So the Bulldogs, they'll take that. Don't have to worry about a return. Going to set up 1st and 10 here. Jaron Loomis leading the way from the Brave 45.
Samar and Tyson, single receivers. It looks like it'll be immediately. And the Dogs they're also going to take a delay of game. Fans just really getting to see something special tonight here at Thompson Street Stadium. Again, it's Monday Night Football. If you're just tuning in, the opening drive for Shikellamy stalled, and they've punted. Jersey Shore receives and has the ball in good field position here.
Sportsmanship certainly on both sides. So they throw the penalty, and as both sides do, they decline the penalty, not sending anybody back. So they'll stay right here at the 45-yard line. Jaron Loomis leading the way for the Bulldog.
Loomis under center. Elijah deep back. Left to right goes Samar. 1st and 10. Quick pitch right as Elijah tries to get to the outside. Makes a cutback. Cuts up the middle. Good containment. Good containment by Shikellamy, but Jordan does plant the foot and get a couple.
Sponsorelli comes up and wraps that up. And the Brave defense, Nate, played these Bulldogs very tough last year.
2nd and 9. It's the counter, and that's to Tate Sechrist trying to fight off the tackle, but literally great tackle. We talked about his number. Luke Snyder will carry the football on offense, and he'll do a lot of tackling on defense.
Leads District 4 in tackles. He is just very instinctive, just like you see on the Bulldog defense. He knows where the ball is on every play.
Loomis in the gun, trips left. He's going to roll right. He's going to go deep. It's the short route, and it's overthrown and wide right. So goes to the single receiver in the sit-down route. It's Tyson. No do on that, so 4th and 9.
Well, he's the first guy that you're going to look to is Dathan Tyson because he has the most experience, too. He normally runs a good pattern. Was open there for a second, but a little wide right there by Loomis.
Brody Herr on 4th and 9 at the 44 is going to be punting. And Shikellamy furious because they either have too many men or not enough men. We'll see here.
They have way too many out there. They might have 15 out there this time, but they have more than 11.
They have a baker's dozen. They had 13.
That for sure. So Coach Geiser has to burn a timeout here early, not what you want to see. And Coach Geiser, a longtime coach at Danville, as we mentioned before, and did such a great job there. Had some really, really good teams. And then kind of fell out of favor and then landed at Shikellamy. And, he's really trying to build this program. The Braves were very competitive for a long time under former coach Todd Tilford, now at Susquehanna University as an assistant. So this Brave program can be tough, and they're going to give the Bulldogs everything they can handle, particularly early in this ballgame.
I'd like to see Brody Herr do a little scampering right here. You never know, but he's got the legs. He's got the wheels. But, again, he's not typically a rugby-style punter, so he's not going to get to survey the scene much here. But we're looking at 4th and 9. Herr intending to punt. Snap is back. Good snap. Big punt. Big punt. Fair caught by number 28. That's Thomas Pollock. So, great punt. Boy, Brody Herr has really matured in the kicking game.
Really did a nice job there. Got that up. Pollock's a guy you have to pay attention to. He's only a freshman. Again, we talked about it. Shikellamy has a number of freshmen that are starting for their varsity. Pollock has gone over 100 yards twice in their first 3 games, so he certainly is a threat, not only in the return game, but potentially downfield as well in the passing game.
And Ray Buck has done some nice things through the air this year. He's spread the wealth a little bit. Let's see if they can establish the ground game here, though, against that 5-2. It'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 11, 9:48 to go in the first quarter. Ray Buck is under center, powerhouse backfield. Fullback pop up the middle, and good push by the line. So there's going to be a pickup of a couple.
Shikellamy line up front, again, has some good size, led by number 78, John Rosinski, inside for the Braves. The Bulldogs have been so tough all season long, giving up less than 50 yards a game rushing.
Again, 2nd down and 8. Ray Buck this time will be in the shotgun with his favorite buddy, who to his right, Luke Snyder, doing well on the ground this year. Trips left. Snap is back. Immediately looks to the flats. Underthrown, but it's picked. It's going to be a pick 6. 10-5. Score Bulldogs. It was deflected immediately into the arms. Peyton Samar said, I'm going to do a high wire act here, and really had the intuitive instinct to make the catch, Doug, and take it on home.
One-on-one there. Raybuck was looking for Pollock against Dathan Tyson on just that little slant, which is so hard to defend because the receiver has that inside position naturally. Bulldogs read it, got the deflection. Good reaction by Peyton Samar, taking it in for the score.
And really incredible. Loomis will do the holding. Herr will do the kicking. Boy, he's done a great job. He's found his rhythm. Tacks on another one. So his last 5 or 6 attempts, Doug, have been pure. And I think for him, it's like that, it's like a golf swing. He's learned He's learned the fundamentals of kicking. He's not trying to overkick, overpower it now, and it's pure.
Has really done a nice job. We talked about it. He's number 3 in District 4 in PATs. Missed most of those early in that Pottsville game. Has really become consistent. And we're looking at some point, Tom Gravitz, just like he did the last couple years with reliable kicker Breck Miller, when the offense stalls down deep, will they go to a Brody Herr field goal attempt? I think they're going to in the next couple games.
You know, we talk about Shikellamy being able to do some things. It was a 2nd down and 8, and the receiver was open, but immediate pressure. Quarterback partially hit from the backside. Pressure from Tate Sechrist. The deflection, I'm not sure who made the tip, but boy, Samar really made a nice play on that.
Well, he's a good linebacker and has done a nice job. Has missed a couple interceptions early in the year, so he got one there for the score to open this ball game.
7-0, 9:05. Brody Herr to kick for the 2nd time tonight. The kick is a little bit deeper and high. Caught again. Run back. Good break outside. And he runs hard. 23 again. I believe that was Luke Snyder. I caught a glimpse, Doug. I believe it was Luke.
He's the guy that you have to watch really on both sides of the football for the Braves. He's as good of an athlete as we will see in any of the 10 opponents this year. He can make some dynamic things happen for Shikellamy.
And I got to be honest, I looked at him when he's carrying that ball. I said, boy, he's stout. At 5'10", 210, I couldn't believe it. Big legs on him. 1st and 10, Shikellamy looking to get something going here tonight. In the gun is Raybuck. Snyder to his left, Twins to the right and left. Snap is back. He immediately handed off. Just no blocking. And, you know, the trouble with Snyder is he going to have enough time to catch a hole, to make a move, and on that play, he was snowed in.
Well, the Bulldog defense, led by Alex Jackson, has done just such a tremendous job. So stingy in what they want to give up yards per game, and they just really find the gaps and really put the pressure on those offensive linemen to make a block there. They did not.
So the Bulldogs really have 11 guys inside of 5 yards. Snap is back. Raybuck looking to get outside, immediately thrown to the flats and caught, but immediately hit by Dathan Tyson. Again, great cleanup work on the tackle.
Nice catch there by number 35, Owen Elliott, junior, 6'160". Good delivery there by Roebuck. Again, you want them to, if you're the Braves, you want them to stretch the field a little bit, but boy, that's good reaction there by Tyson with a hard tackle after the catch.
Yeah, he had a guy in the deep zone, but he made the right move and came up with a great tackle in open field. So 3rd down, they're going to call it 3rd and 8. I thought it was a bigger pickup than that, but 3rd and 8 on the 37. Raybuck in the gun. Motions out of the gun. He's going to look to the flats. It's deflected again, and it's picked off by 75. Oh, goodness. Second inside of a couple minutes, Doug. And we talked about the maturity and development of number 75, Caden Walker. He literally made the deflection into his own hands, and that is such a difficult thing to do. But big defensive play once again. Lights out.
Well, that's what they teach. Get your hands up, really make it hard for the quarterback to see. No lane to throw there. Great play there by Caden Walker. Really coming on here for the Bulldog D.
23-yard line. Loomis in the gun. Trips right. He's going to roll right. He's going to pitch it. Tate Sechrist stiff arms a man. Gets to the flats. Runs another man over. Head over heels. Good pursuit there by number 4. Just unable to make the tackle in the backfield was Luke Keeley. But Sechrist shows his strength.
Broke out of that tackle. You knew Tate doesn't want to get brought down for a tackle for a loss. Turned that one into a couple-yard gain.
2nd and 6. Loomis in the gun. Trips left. Delayed handoff. Sechrist up the middle. All alone. Just that quick of a burst. And we talk about this between the tackles. Jersey Shore's had some great success all year long, Doug.
Guys up front really becoming a good cohesive blocking unit for the Bulldog offense.
1st and goal. Loomis in the gun. Hands off again to Tate Sechrist. Up the middle. Nobody home. All alone. And he just rumbles and stumbles into the end zone. So the second score set up by the stingy 5-2 defense.
Well, and you got to give credit again to the guys up front. We'll call them out early. Owen Vandruff, Slate Sechrist, Dyson Delaney, John Dahmer, and Mason Larson, only the sophomore from that center position. Super job. They've been solid all season long, but they really have begun to come together as a cohesive blocking unit for the Bulldog offense.
Snap is back, hold is down. Herr kicks it, it's low, and it's no good. So that time got on top of it. Line drive, no good. So the score now 13-0. 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. The defensive Jersey Shore has come to play tonight, and really to have 2 picks, one really a pick six and the other nearly a pick six. Walker almost broke that one away too.
As a defensive lineman, that's your dream, Nate. As you know, you don't get a chance too many times to make a play on the football. It's either a fumble or an INT, and boy, you want to do everything you can to take it back as far as you can. But that really is a super play for Caden Walker. First-year starter, junior defensive and offensive lineman, 6 foot 225. So he sets up Tate Sechrist on that 3-yard run. So we're at the 7-minute mark of quarter number 1. 2 touchdowns in the books, 1 good PAT. The Bulldogs lead 13-0.
Lots of people tuning in, lots of people here tonight. Again, if you're tuning in now for the first time, 13-0 with 7 minutes to go. Bulldogs will be kicking off. Schick to receive, not able to do much offensively because of the 2 interceptions defensively for the Bulldogs. Brody Hurd to kick off from the right foot. This one's deeper and long, caught by 28. He's going to bring it back 10, 15, 20. Sweely gets a handle on him and then wrapped up by number 43, Peyton Samar, and he's got a nose for the football.
Sure does. Pollock again on the return. We're going to call his name a number of times tonight because he leads the Braves with receptions up to this point in the season. Good solid coverage there by the Bulldogs special teams. They've been pretty good all season long, other than the Tucker T's really electrifying touchdown run last week to tie that early ball game at 7-7.
So the Dogs walking up Elijah Jordan at safety to cover the inside trip man. Dathan Tyson and Ashton Sweely to the trip side as well. Dathan Tyson single and alone on the receiver here to the right. Raybuck in the shotgun, 1st and 10. High snap, throws to the flats immediately. Caught, but immediately tackled. But that's not until they pick up 4 or 5 yards.
Peyton Whitman on that side, good coverage again. Those short routes are very, very hard to get a hand in to try and knock it away. But what you want to do is when they make the catch, make sure they don't get any yards after the catch. Luke Thompson in giving Tate Sechrist. Tate Sechrist now is flipped over to the right side, so Luke Thompson in on the left defensive end for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and Luke Thompson's a nice athlete. You know, he's only a sophomore, but we've seen him fill in at backer too as well. 6 foot, 180 pounds, so big shoes to fill in. Right when you say that, Doug, Sechrist comes back to this side. They're moving him around. In the gun, Raybuck going to look to the right. Big pressure on him from the backside. He goes deep. The ball's up, wide open. Dathan Tyson is there, picks it off. At the 35, that's the 3rd pick. That's the trifecta, Doug. 3 picks in the first quarter. Alex Jackson has this defense fired up. It's bold, it's underlined, and it's highlighted. 3 picks in quarter number 1.
And what's really impressive is the coverage there by Dathan Tyson. One-on-one, high school. He knew where his receiver was, kind of looked back, put his arm out, made sure that he was still within touching distance, and then went up and made a play on the football. Really nice play there by Dathan Tyson.
Thank you, John. Shout out to you and your family. In the gun, Loomis hands off Elijah Jordan on the jet sweep. He's got the right side, got a blocker. Sechrist makes him bang, but tackled from the backside. Nearly burst that one for 6. Good tackle again. Is that Luke Thompson?
That was Luke Thompson.
The
Luke
household
Snyder.
name.
Luke
Snyder.
Thought he had the first down, and they say second down right at the stick. So second down and inches on that play, just short of the first down marker was Elijah Jordan on that run.
So Snyder all over the field tonight. He's their Swiss Army knife. Tremendous athlete. They're going to move the sticks.
Oh, moved it ahead.
Loomis in the gun, fakes a jet sweep. It's a handoff immediately to Sechrist, and he just bowls a man over. I'll tell you what, when he gets we've talked about this, Doug, he's the kind of running back. I remember a John McAllister in years past at Jersey Shore that went to Lock Haven. When he got 4 or 5 yards, look out. It was Mannheim steamroller.
The burst up the middle, Tate Sechrist. Again, nice hole by the men up front for the Bulldogs.
Shikellamy, a player looking for maybe a mouthpiece or a contact, not sure. But it's 1st and 10. Ashton Sweely lends him a hand. Ball now on the 43 inside the Braves territory. In the gun, Loomis. Looks to the flats immediately. Samar gets it, gets a block. Samar springs it, stiff arms a man, out of bounds. Really nice pitch and catch. Anytime the quarterback gets rid of it timely like that, good things happen.
really nice to see Elijah Jordan be unselfish there because he was the blocker on that play. He's normally, the focus there, but it was Peyton Samar. Nice block inside by Elijah Jordan to spring him for a nice game.
Another 1st and 10, that quick, that fast, in the gun, Loomis. He's going to run it. Lowers his shoulder, 6'3", 2 1/4, not coming down easily. Loomis got out there, and he looked a little timid on the run. I loved it, but he got outside, but he's like, I'm going to run this. But I'll tell you, he's a big boy.
That's a different look, just a straight quarterback run around the right side, but they're trying to add some different things. Took a good shot there on the hip, did Jaron Loomis. A little gimpy going into the lineup here.
Well, it probably wasn't timid. He got cracked in the hip. 2nd and 10. Okay, so 2nd and 10, false start on the left side of the entire Bulldog offense.
First official penalty of the ball game, going to cost the Bulldogs 5. Loomis just trying to kind of walk that one out.
Yeah, and that's a tough one. The hip pointers, a lot of times, boy, they hurt and they immobilize. So Loomis trying to, like you said, walk this one off. Twins left, twins right. Loomis in the gun. Bo Sechrist to his right. He's going to go up top. It's a fake and go. He's wide open. He's wide open. Dathan Tyson made the one fake, Doug. He sat down in the outside route. It's usually the sit down, right? But it was a sit and shake and bake all the way to the end zone. Just an incredible pass rhythmically. So Loomis's hip had no impact on that play.
Really did a nice job. Got out where he needed to get and then got set. Saw Dathan Tyson break free and get that separation, which is so important for your offensive player. Get that separation you need. Nice delivery for the touchdown.
Snap back to Loomis. The hold is down. The kick is up, and this one was really low. Nearly, that was the kind of kick. Not so sure whether it was laces forward, laces back, but nonetheless, not a good kick for the Bulldogs. That's 2 PATs in a row. Missed, but the scoreboard reads 19-0 with 4:31 to go. And, football's crazy, Doug, because I would have never come to this game tonight thinking they're going to have 3 picks in the first quarter.
It's kind of like Penn State on Saturday. You're looking for your defense to make plays. Penn State gets a fumble and then 4 picks throughout the ball game, a couple of them really early. But you really have to give credit to the Bulldog defenders to, one, recognize what that offense is trying to do under Brody Raybuck for the Shikellamy Braves, and then making the plays. Early in the season, Nate, particularly against Pottsville, we saw that they didn't, and Lewisburg, they didn't go up and high point the ball and make the play. Here they've done that, really have improved on that into week 4 of the season.
Yeah, there's definitely been some secondary development. And not to pick on one particular area of the team, even in preceding week 1 conversations, some of the question marks were in the secondary. Lost some major senior leadership there, but they've stepped up tonight. Brody Herr kicking off. Higher and slightly deeper again. This one's to Snyder. Bounces it out. Dathan Tyson in hot pursuit. He's got wheels. 50. The question mark is, I guess I look at it this way. If he's the guy, I don't kick to him the rest of the night.
Well, I don't think they're trying to kick to him. Those kicks are just a little bit short and didn't get back to Pollock. Bulldogs kind of caved in a little bit on the coverage there and gave up the outside, and Snyder recognized it immediately. So, he returns that into Bulldog territory. So great field position here for the Braves at the Bulldog 48.
Bulldogs defense been solid all night. Look for Shikellamy to dial something up again. Excellent coaching, systems-wise, getting the players to adapt this year. They're not going to lay down. 1st and 10, inside Bulldog territory at the 48. Raybuck in the shotgun. Jersey Shore comes across, so we talk about the cadence. That was a big thing Selinsgrove did well last week, making sure there were a lot of long, drawn-out counts, because once the defense can pin their ears back, you're really at a disadvantage.
And they've done that in the past 3 series, and that caused all of those interceptions for the Braves. So here they go to a kind of a long count. They pause. They make that defense kind of just hold in their position. Bulldogs a little bit quick on the snap. They're going to cost them 5. Set up the Braves here 1st and 5.
1st and a nickel. Can't be in a better position here as an offense. So Raybuck looking to get this team's juices flowing here. Twins right, twins left. It's a 1st and 5 at the 43. Long count, near high count. Throws to the flats. Oh, in and out of the hands of number 28. He's been a weapon tonight. Thomas Pollock. It was a good throw, strong throw, long throw to the flats, just not connected.
Pollock, he's not a big guy at 5'8", about 135, but you can tell he's got some very good athletic skills. There was one he should have had. May not have picked up a whole lot of yardage, but puts him in 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. Number 2, the 5'5" stout freshman into the game, Bazir Baez into the game for the Shikellamy Braves at 2nd and 5. Long count, hands off to Baez, and he's met immediately. And I don't know what he had for dinner, but he's been hungry all night. It's a different, I haven't seen that intensity.
Wow.
He's played well all year, but have you seen that?
Shot out of a cannon on
Unbelievable.
that play. Wow, into the backfield, full speed, great tackle for loss there by Caden Walker, playing really well early in this ball game.
I mean, like you said, Doug, it was like a rocket. Incredible. He's really matured as well and has a nose for the football. So hats off to him. Brings it from 1st and 5. Here we are, 3rd and 10 in the gun. Raybuck fakes the handoff. It's a screen. Met immediately. An excellent, well read by Bo Sechrist, who came up and said, I'm reading my keys.
That's a really nice play there by Shikellamy, that middle screen to a really dangerous Luke Snyder. Super read there by Bo Sechrist. Just an outstanding young player, sophomore linebacker for the Bulldogs.
You know, we talk about the dam break, and I'm waiting to see Elijah Jordan and Dathan Tyson. Our viewers and listeners haven't seen the explosiveness of this potential return game if they can field this kick. Raybuck punts it. It's high. Looking to fair catch it, Dathan Tyson, and that's what we've talked about. That's all you have to do. That hits the ground and could easily roll inside the 5.
Well, we talked about this in the pregame. Steve Jones on the Penn State Sports Network talked about it in the Illinois game where one of the receivers for Penn State had time to field the punt and did not. And, you know, the Nittany Lions went on to win the game easy, but he said, hey, you're either going to field that punt and not give up the yardage or you're not going to do that for very long.
And
nice play there, Dathan
And
Tyson.
that's the truth because you earn your stripes. So hats off to Dathan Tyson. In the gun, 1st and 10, hands off to Tate Sechrist, and he's met immediately. And when you see 23 coming in to fill the gap, Luke Snyder assists on that, but the left side of that Shikellamy Braves line really pursued that time.
Tommy Treon in as well with Luke Snyder. Nice play there by the Braves defense, no gain.
Trips left in the gun. Loomis 2nd and 10 on the 16, fakes the handoff. He's going to go up top, wide open in the wheel route. Elijah Jordan makes a man miss. And the wheel route was there. Nobody covered the outside wheel route. When I say wheel route, someone usually peels off. 2 guys go in, someone peels off down the sideline, and that beautiful route.
All of the defenders went with Peyton Savard to the inside. Good delivery there, Jaron Loomis.
Beautiful pass by Loomis in the gun, 1st and 10. He's going to roll right, picks up a block from Sechrist to the flats. Dathan Tyson down the sideline, makes a man miss. Good throw. Loomis really looks composed. He's still hobbling a little bit. 1st and 10.
We've talked about it all season long. Loomis has the arm to be very effective in the passing game.
Ball on the 41-yard line. Twins left. It's going to be a handoff to Sechrist, and he's all alone. Stiff arms. Still running. Still stumbling. They're trying to strip and rip, but to no avail. Gets down near the 20-yard line. But when you spread the field, when you get the passes to the perimeter, what happens between the tackles? It just opens up.
Larson really doing a nice job there from that center position, right up the middle. Big hole, Tate Sechrist.
Loomis in the gun, hands off again to Sechrist. This time he bounces to the outside. He's all alone. He's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown, Sechrist. And the Bulldog faithful meet him as he crosses the plane. Man, the stands are packed tonight. They got the Youth Football League in the end zone, brought in extra bleachers this week. It's just a wild night to be a Bulldog here at Thompson Street. And once again, we talk about being able to be less than one-dimensional offensively, but when you can throw the football, spread the wealth, and also run the football, good things happen.
Boy, the guys up front, particularly the right side, Larson, Delaney, and Vandruff, really solid.
Snap is back, kick is up, and this one is good. So her 2 for 4 on the night. So the score now 26-0. There's still 2 minutes to go, Doug. This has seemed like an incredibly short quarter, but a long quarter. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, the defense has played so well. Anytime you're turning the ball over for your opponent, that's not a good thing for the Shikellamy Braves, obviously. And what has been a little different is the Bulldogs have cashed in every time they've gotten the turnover. That one a little bit longer drive. Really nice pass play, mixing it up. A couple pass plays early, then the big runs late by Tate Sechrist. 22 yards for the touchdown.
One thing I've said this year, if the Bulldogs can grow in the mental side of just staying focused, making the plays. I'm not talking about the interceptions. They help tremendously. But looking a ball in, making sure you catch the pass, that keeps the fast car in rhythm, and it moves the chains. And as long as you're moving the chains, this offense is a juggernaut.
And really put points on the board quickly, as they've done here tonight. Still 2 minutes to go. Quarter number one. Bulldogs lead 26-0.
To kick off, Brody Herr. Again, this one's going to go to 23, Luke Snyder. He says, I'm going up the middle. Met by a host, but primarily tackled by number 53. I believe that's Preston Beatty.
Nice to see Preston getting an opportunity to play on both special teams, but on the defensive side as well. He'll shuffle in here in the second, third, and fourth quarters. He's a guy that can be a really solid contributor for the Bulldog team. Again, if you're the Bulldog defense, now you want to 3 and out, get that ball back for your offense. Just continue to keep the pressure on this young, fairly inexperienced Shikellamy Brave team.
And real quick, I want to go back to Preston Beatty, third strongest kid in the team, only been out for football for a year and a half. He's getting some reps at DN. Great tackle, young man. First and 10, minute and 56. Raybuck in the gun. Long snap, long count. Pressure, it's Brody Herr. Give credit to Raybuck. Had a man in the area. Brody Herr just said, I'm hungry.
Really did a nice job there. Tate Sechrist, Luke Thompson, Slate Sechrist there. Not Tate. Slate coming from the backside. Boy, he's become a really solid player, particularly on the defensive side. You don't notice him as much from that offensive tackle position on the left side, but defensively, he is very, very good.
And when you see him in the weight room, let me tell you something. He's 6 foot, a pure 205, and he looks like a man among boys. He's a big kid, strong, fast, agile, and a great home upbringing. In the gun is Raybuck, twins to the left and right. Going to look to the flats. It's deflected. Tate Sechrist almost had another one. And 4 is the magic number tonight.
Tate Sechrist has been really a standout player. We've talked about it so often. I thought he should have been an all-state player last year on the defensive side, but there were some other players that bumped him out. He has played at a super high level for a couple years all season long. That would have been a fantastic play if he would have been able to bring that in.
He had Snyder wide open in the flats, possibly would have picked up a couple, but Tate Sechrist, once again, the Dogs getting their hands up this week. 3rd and 10 on the 34. Raybuck in the gun, trips left, going to go immediately to the flats. It's picked off. That is 4. Bo Sechrist. We said the magic number was 4 tonight. I can't even believe it. I got no words to express it. I've never been a part of a football game where I've seen 4 interceptions in quarter number 1. Never.
Fantastic. You know what? Here's the thing. You usually say, well, that was a really bad throw by the quarterback. These throws have really been on target, but just great reaction by the Bulldog players. That's a super interception there by Bo Sechrist.
Yeah, it's incredible. You could not script this. 4 picks in quarter number 1. Loomis in the gun. He's going to go to the flats. Caught by Dathan Tyson. Gets a block. Couple yards after the catch. Wow. What a first quarter defensively for Alex Jackson. I've got one word for him this week. If he's not pleased, he's got a problem. Loomis in the gun, hands off. That's Elijah Jordan. Does one shuffle. Nearly takes it to the house. Gets down inside the 10. I blinked and he was by us.
Just been a really good duo. Have Tate Sechrist and Elijah Jordan. Elijah Jordan working it here tonight.
Hands off to Elijah Jordan. He pops to the outside. And we talk about this, Doug. What's one thing he does a little different than Tate Sechrist? His hips are on a swivel. He bounces the power to the right, takes a side step to the outside. Here we are, 1 minute and 8 seconds to go. Those interceptions, it's also rare to see 4 interceptions, but it's rare to see each interception, like you said, Doug, followed up by an immediate score.
Super run there by Elijah Jordan. Wow, 10 yards.
Loomis with the hold. Herr with the kick. It's perfect and it's pure. So, again, we talk about the number 4 tonight in the tribute to Max Engel. The Bulldog Nation's come alive. The state the state has come alive. The support from Dr. Ulmer, the administration, Principal Armbruster, Coach Tom Gravish, the entire coaching staff, the kids, the family, the extended family. We see the 4, we see the 40 with the number 4s colored. The 4-yard line at the goal, near the goal line is a unique color, and then the 4s in the end zone. But to see 4 interceptions in quarter number 1, you can't script that.
That is pretty special, no question about it. Special number, and will remain so for the Bulldogs. Special number here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, my phone's blowing up, Doug. My sons are texting me right now from Camp Hill, Harrisburg, and from the Air Force, and they're watching. My son's watching it from Dover, Delaware, and he said, "Dad, this is a crazy start for the Bulldogs tonight." Brody Hurd with the kickoff. He's been active tonight. This one's going long and out to the outside, and it's going to be out of bounds. So Shikellamy will have an opportunity to take it at the 35-yard line or have the Dogs re-kick.
Hey, what's interesting as we're leading into the game still this week, now moved to Saturday against Mifflinburg, the Wildcats. They beat the Central Mountain Wildcats this past week 43-33. Their third-string quarterback threw for 415 yards in a comeback win against Central Mountain. They have thrown twice this season for over 500 yards. So Bulldogs working on that pass defense. If they play anything close to what they do tonight in the first quarter, going to be tough for the Wildcats on Saturday.
Ray Buck in the gun again. Deja vu here, quarter number 1, minute and 8. 1st and 10. He's going to roll right. Bo Sechrist is just there with Tate. It's a family reunion in the background.
Boy, Alex Jackson sees it. The Schick guys up front just can't handle the speed and quickness of the Bulldog front 5, and they are just bringing it. Now Bo came from the linebacker position there, but those 5 guys up front, Shikellamy can't handle them.
Yeah, incredible pressure. I saw Bo Sechrist developing, but, man, his maturation rate has been on hyper speed as a sophomore. Everybody has a question mark when the new year comes, and Bo Sechrist has just made the linebacking core that much solid to help Samar. Ray Buck in the gun, hands off immediately. Just snowed in by Baez, gets the run, but just nowhere to cut, nowhere to move.
Brody Herr, Caden Walker, Tate Sechrist all there. Preston Beatty, we talked about him now getting the snaps here at the right defensive end. And great to see what Coach Alex Jackson is doing, moving Tate Sechrist in the other end, flipping him from side to side depending on the formation, what's going on. That's going to bring us to the end of quarter number 1, Nate. The Bulldogs, what a rush, a record-setting quarter here, quarter number 1, 4 INTs.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to pause for commercial. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
40 years serving the Jersey Shore area community. All Round Tire, your hometown service and tire sales center. Family owned and operated, All Round Tire features Cooper, many other tire brands, including Michelin and Firestone. Make us your first choice not only for passenger, light truck, farm, and ag tires, but also for service, brakes, exhaust belts, and hoses, and we offer the only vulcanized flat repairs in the area. PA State Inspection 2, open weekdays 8 till 5, Saturday till noon. All Round Tire, Cement Hollow Road, Jersey Shore.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Doug Byerly, Nate Carpenter, ready to start quarter number 2. The Jersey Shore Bulldogs, just an unbelievable first quarter. 4 INTs, all of them leading to scores for the Bulldog offense. And the Bulldogs lead over the Shikellamy Braves 33-0, ready to start quarter number 2.
Yeah, Doug, unbelievable quarter number 1. You talk about how will the kids respond tonight. Very, very unique week. And I guess we've seen that, Doug. We talk about resilience. We talk about just coming out hungry and loving on one another and leaning on one another. 3rd and 23. Ray Buck trying to work some magic here. Hands off. No. Fake handoff. Sechrist. Oh, my goodness. Talk about blindside. There was no help there for Ray Buck whatsoever, and Sechrist had a wide lane into the quarterback.
And Tate Sechrist leads the region in sacks with 8 in his first 3 games. That'll add to that total. May have even had one there in quarter number 1, depending on how the statisticians mark it up. But he gets one there for sure. Going to bring up 4th and long for the Braves. They're going to punt it from inside their 5-yard line.
So Ray Buck goes from QB to punter. 4th and 27 after the Sechrist sack that was electrifying. Just no letdown by the Bulldogs tonight. They're not taking a play off. Back deep to receive around midfield, standing on the number 4 is Elijah Jordan. There's a flag. Is that a delay of game?
It's going to be a delay of game for sure. And again, I want to give a shout out, although we're not getting a kickoff here, I want to make sure Joe's Equipment, they get a call here. Kickoffs all season long brought to you by Joe's Equipment, offering steel sales, service, and parts. And that's my fault, not paying attention to our sponsors during the ball game. Cement Drive, Jersey Shore. Go see Aaron and her crew, 570-398-1391.
4th and 27 now. Ball on the 9 after the penalty. Snap is back. Kick is away. They're bringing the heat. It's low. It's returnable. Dathan Tyson gets a block from Jordan. He's got a lot of room to run. Makes a cutback, but good pursuit. Shikellamy, the Braves, broke down very well there, limiting the return. But again, it's fielded, and it's excellent starting position for this Bulldog offense.
Luke Snyder, again, just an outstanding player on both sides and special teams for the Braves, making the tackle there against Dathan Tyson. But Jersey Shore, no problem there at all, starting from their opponent's 34.
Dual sidecar, twins to the right and left. Loomis in the gun this time. Single backs Jordan, giving Tate Sechrist a breather. Ball, great field position, starting on the 34-yard line. Hand off to Jordan. Met immediately by number 57. Initial contact by Tommy Trayon, the 5'8", 160-pound freshman.
Nice job there. And again, we've talked about it. The Braves overall are very, very young. Nice play there by Trayon.
2nd and 10. Loomis rolls right, gets a block, throws down to the flats. Dathan Tyson just wide to the right. So not a poorly thrown ball, just slightly off target. So the Dogs facing one of their first 3rd and longs tonight.
It's something we want to see. It's great to look to Dathan Tyson because he is a reliable receiver, but want to see maybe Loomis look that off and look to somebody else. Had a couple guys that had some space over the middle of the field there. We want to see him go there at some point in the season.
3rd down and 10 on the 34, starting field position here. Rolling to the right is Loomis. Good protection. He's going to go over the middle. Sweely sits down in the zone. Makes him in. Miss, yards after the catch. Down the sideline. Touchdown, Sweely. We talked about this earlier in the year when he looks the pass in, Doug. When he sure hands the pass and makes the catch, he's been really shifty with yards after the catch.
He's a good athlete, really starting to develop on the defensive side, but he has to become one of those other receivers than Dathan Tyson. Not a great tackle there, but still, Ashton Sweely breaks the tackle and hightails it for the end zone, 34-yard score.
Hold is down, kick is up. Hands go vertical. Kick is good. So the Dogs are really, this has truly, Shikellamy has been in a lot of games this year. This is not a team that has really been majorly outclassed by anybody. So to see a 40-0 score with 10.5 to go here in the first quarter, you're saying, how did we get here? Well, 4 interceptions, 28 of those points really set up by the defense. Not to mention, let's now talk about the hurries and the sacks and the poor field position and the excellent starting field position for this Bulldog offense.
Yeah, the defense kind of led the way. Peyton Samar at the 9:05 mark returns it all the way for the score. Hers PAT is good. And that second interception by Caden Walker sets up Tate Sechrist with a 3-yard run. PAT misses Shore 13-0. Then Loomis to Tyson after Tyson's interception for the 3rd score in that first quarter. 19-0 Jersey Shore, and then Tate Sechrist 22 yards. 4 scores in that first quarter to spread the lead 26-0.
Number 11, Brody Herr, getting some work tonight here, kicking off. This one's a little bit deeper. It's going to fall in. No, it's caught by 28. Good return. Pops it, tries to get to the outside, but tackled initially. See who gets up off the pile. That's number 3 on that tackle is Paul Hale. So Paul Hale, man, he's got a nose for the football. Gritty kid, backup quarterback right now. He's likely to see some action tonight. We'll see just how soon that happens here.
Staying in on the defensive side is Paul Hale after that special teams touchdown, but we'll wrap up that scoring recap. So Bo Sechrist actually caps off that first quarter with the INT, and then Elijah Jordan 10-yard rush at the 108 mark. So 4 interceptions in quarter number 1. Jersey Shore led 33-0. Ashton Sweely breaks out the scoring here in quarter number 2. 34-yard touchdown pass from Jaron Loomis. 40-0 Bulldogs.
First and 10 in the gun. Raybuck left to right motion, number 35. Elliott. Snap is back. Hands off to Snyder. Snyder makes one man miss, but there's just nowhere to go. You know, it's really tough sledding for a running back. You know what the difference was? The perfect example. Tucker Teets last year here at Thompson Street had no blocking. Really nowhere to go. This past week in the season, he's had more room to run. He only had 58 yards versus us, but you know, running backs, regardless of their talent, can only do what they can do. They need that blocking up front.
Well, no question, and the line up front for the Braves definitely overmatched a little bit here tonight. We want to call out Travis Blackburn, the sophomore defensive lineman, in getting some snaps here early in the ball game for the Bulldogs. 5-10.
Second,
2-10.
Sorry, Doug. 2nd and 12 on the 24. Going to be an option. It's pitched. Elijah Jordan just comes up, and you know, what's crazy about Elijah Jordan, you know, he put some weight on in the offseason. And it was funny when we were down at Selinsgrove, the crew there that we met from the other radio station, help me out, the crew from the other station at Selinsgrove.
Pat O'Brien and Steve Briggs.
They were great. But they said, what happened? What's Elijah Jordan eating? He's about $190. He said, what happened to the kid? He grew up. I said, yeah, he grew up.
Well, he's got a great lower half there. You talked about the hips and thighs and legs for Elijah Jordan. Very, very solid. Really nice play there on the defensive side. He's getting some better instincts from that safety position.
3rd down and 12. Raybuck goes immediately to the flats. Paul Hale's there. Paul Hale breaks down and makes a great tackle. That is not an easy tackle in a 5-2. He's on an island, and he's shifty. He doesn't make that tackle. There's a lot of green ahead of him.
Oh, you may not catch Pollock down the right sideline. So one-on-one, that's the one maybe negative thing for the 5-2. Your defensive backs have to make initial contacts, and if they don't bring them down, hold up that receiver, and Paul Hill did it all right there.
Absolutely. So, again, here's another guy, 2nd or 3rd string coming in and making a big play for the Bulldog defense. 8:25, 4th down and 10. Snap is back. Raybuck makes the handle, gets it away. It's going to be returnable. Nope, it's a fair catch. Well, they both wanted to share in that. So, Doug, we went from nobody wanting to catch it last week to both guys saying, that's mine.
And that's really good for Dathan Tyson. He called that fair catch very early. Elijah Jordan, again, that's hard to see out of the helmet, but didn't look over to see that his mate had called that. But, again, no harm, no foul. Both there. Good clean catch by Tyson to clean it up. Bulldog, good field position here. 8:15 to go at your own 46.
So right now, Bo Sechrist getting some reps in the backfield as well. So that's good to see. Loomis under center. Handoff is to Elijah Jordan. Good tackle. Good tackle. They trade tackles. Jordan just tackled him, and now Luke Snyder tackles him back.
Yeah, it's really impressive. Luke Snyder, you can see why he leads District 4 in tackles. Great instincts, great speed to the football. When he gets his hands on you, he brings you down. No gain there.
2nd and 10, under center, right to left motion. Dathan Tyson. It's quick pitch left. Elijah Jordan looks to get a block. Gets the edge, does get a block, tries to cut it back, picks up about 5 to 6 yards. So Shikellamy doing their best to string that one out.
Really did a nice job there to make that go all the way to the opposite sidelines, but then Elijah Jordan got it upfield, gain of about 4, so about 3rd and 6 here for Loomis in the Bulldog offense.
3rd and 6, Loomis at midfield, goes to Tyson. Oh, and good defense. You know, that looks like a drop, but there was a hand in on that. So really good defense by Shikellamy. These new numbers, that's number 18. Keaton Lattimore.
And Tyson did what you want, kind of sat down, got his hands up, able to, ready to make a play, but a good play by the defensive back to knock that one away.
So Brody Herr, his caloric intake's got to go up. He's either been kicking off all night or punting. Bringing an extra man on, Shikellamy. Herr gets the punt away towards the sideline, angling out of bounds, nearly takes out a reporter. Good kick by Herr. So 25-yard line, I believe, Doug, they've marked it out at.
Brody Herr's been pretty solid in the punt game all season long. He's not going to dazzle you with maybe the distance, but he's been very effective as to where he puts that out of bounds. And will be pretty decent field position here for the Braves at their own 30. They walk that one back a little bit.
If you're the Shikellamy Braves, again, offensive coordinator, quarterback coach has been Logan Libby. What an amazing career, 4-year career. Broke tons of records at Selinsgrove and then went on to Bloomsburg. Didn't have the best line, didn't have the best receiving core there, but had some success in a very tough conference in the eastern part of the PSAC. But tonight, we're seeing them try to really groom Raybuck into a similar role. This reminds me very much of a Selinsgrove type offense. A lot of fluidity here. 1st and 10 on the 25. Raybuck in the gun, motions by ear. It's a fake. They're going to go up top, but no time. Just no time. You know, that was a double route. It's hard enough to get one quick to the flats, but those double routes are tough.
If he would have thrown that initially, would have had a receiver out here to the right side that would have at least been able to make the catch. But then when he pulled it down, Caden Walker, boy, what an outstanding first half for him. Right in there for his at least second or third tackle for loss already in this ball game.
Well, and, you know, we talk about this so many times. It's not just a matter of who's making the play, but who are they lining up against? You know, whoever he's lining up against tonight, he's having a field day. 2nd and 16 on the 19, 6:31 to go, 40-0 is the score. Raybuck in the gun, trips jumbo package left. He's going to quick pitch it to the left, and there's just nothing there. You know, it's a sea of orange, and they're all just coming to the party.
I think Bo Sechrist with that initial hit, boy, as soon as he saw the pitch, just knifes through the blockers to make, again, second consecutive tackle for a loss. You know, I was going to say a minute ago, Nate, Caden Walker kind of reminds you of Zach Rooney, a standout starter for the last 3 years. Similar type of body, similar type of big guy inside, but I tell you, he surprises people how quick he is off of the football.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of Tom Gravish type players are in that 6'1", 220, but they're not pudgy. They're quick, they're agile, and they're athletic and strong. In the gun, 3rd and 23, looking to roll, nearly sacked. Does get it to the – I question whether that got back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, it did not, because the official's walking up where he threw it, right where it went down, and the yard marker's at least 5 yards up. And they're talking about it, whether or not they're going to call that. Again, 40-0, not going to upset me if they don't call it and just wave it off. But that's what they're talking about, because if it doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage, that's a grounding penalty. They'd have to punt it no matter what, but they punt it from deeper in their own territory. That's why the conversation is taking place there with Kevin McNamara. They're just going to call it
and
incomplete pass.
And I like that call. I just wanted to make sure I still knew the rules. You know, and what happens in high school football is if the quarterback's outside of the tackle box, really they can do anything they want with the football. But the pass has to get back to the line of scrimmage. And so regardless, it's going to be a 4th and 23. Raybuck's going to kick here. A new return guy, got Dathan Tyson. Who's the other one?
Talon Malk. Haven't seen him for a couple ball games. Good to see him. He's got a burst. Like to see him make a play.
Yeah, he had a nice run at Pottsville in the first game for a touchdown. Punt is back. Raybuck gets it off. It's low. It's returnable, and it's going to be. Oh, he lets it go over. That was one of those where I think it's between the return game, and rather than they got to communicate, but neither one who really wanted that football.
Kind of took a glance at it, and then when it literally sailed past his head, he did the right thing. Let it go, because then you're going to pick it up, and you don't know where the defenders are. So Talon Malk did the right thing there. He's going to stay in the ball game. We've talked about him several times. He's got some good speed, some good strength as well. He's going to get some snaps here in this second quarter.
And this is what makes this program special. 3, 4, 5 running backs getting reps tonight already in the first half. In the gun, Sweely goes right to left. Hand off to Malk. Malk's got wheels. Doesn't quite get to the edge. Great tackle. That, I believe, is 23. His shirt rolled up, but I believe that's Snyder.
Super play there from the inside on that tackle play. So the Braves, they see moments and glimmers of really solid play from their defense.
In the gun, Loomis. Elijah Jordan gets the jet sweep, does pick up a block. He's trying to get to the outside, but there's Snyder again. I'll tell you, I hope some colleges are looking at this kid.
No, he can play for any team in the Pennsylvania Heartland Athletic Conference, no question about it. He is very, very good. And it's a little bit of a shame for him. 4 years they've not had a lot of success in wins and losses, but Luke Snyder, heck of a player.
Yeah, just great pursuit. Has a nose for the football. 3rd and 11 on the 43. Fakes it to Mount. Over the middle. Beautiful pitch and catch. That's Sweely. Couldn't see that till he popped back up. But I'll tell you, Loomis, is going to start to come up on some people's radar too with games like tonight.
Really nice pass, Sweeney from the backside.
Pass immediately to the flats, picks up a block, bounce to the outside. That's Samar. Again, we talked about the unselfish play of the wide receiver core, but you know what? That's all set up by the block from Elijah Jordan.
Samar has some ability. Again, we saw in the Pottsville game he had trouble corralling a couple throws, but boy, he's really come on. You can tell that they've really worked on that part of their offense.
And this is what we see. This sets up the running game. Twins right, in the gun is Loomis, 1st and 10. There we go. Malk makes a man miss, still running. Good run by Malk, and the difference is you start keying on that outside. You can't stack the box.
And Malk ran out of the tackle of Luke Snyder, maybe the first tackle that we've seen Snyder miss early on. Malk turns that into an 8-yard gain.
3rd down, 2nd and 3, sorry. Pass immediately to the flats, it's low. Incomplete on the skip. So gives us a chance, Doug, to take a breath here and get some Gatorade and hydrate. When this fast car gets rolling, there's not much time to think.
And, you know, they really haven't had to get into the fast car tonight because the offense set up so much by those 4 INTs in quarter number 1.
3rd and 3, hands off immediately up the middle, 24. That's Malk. Malk gets to the line. If that's the line to gain, it's a 1st down. We'll see where they mark it.
Well, the official is right at the line. They put the fist down, so that normally means they're a little bit short, and they are. So it's going to be 4th and about a half a yard here for the Bulldogs.
Under center, Loomis hands to Bo Sechrist. Bo Sechrist makes a man miss, and he's still running. Boy, his leg got caught up under him. I hope he's okay. It bent back quite a bit. He pops up. Yeah, he's okay.
That's a little bit of a new formation with Bo Sechrist running out on short yardage.
I like that play. 1st and 10 on the 15. Loomis fakes it. It's the counter. Nobody home. 5. Goal line touchdown. And just when you think you've got that play schematically, you know, you prepare for it, you got to make the play. And that time, they've only gone to that twice tonight. And really, we talked about the rhythm. Tempo is one thing. They're in a rhythm now where there's a really nice balance between the ground game and the passing game. And now the counter, and it's explosive. It's wide open. Bo Sechrist touchdown.
That's a nice run on that counter by Sechrist.
Oh, Jersey Shore Malk's like, I've really enjoyed my time on the field. Doesn't quite get off in time. So that's going to be a penalty. They're going to back the Dogs up here, I believe 5 yards, and they're going to repeat the PAT.
A little bit of a field goal practice here for Brody Herr.
Yeah, we're going to see.
A little bit longer than the regular PAT. But you notice how big Jaron Loomis is when he stands beside Brody Herr. Jaron Loomis is a big dude.
He's 6'3". He's all of it, too. It's not just for the box office. Kick is up. Is it good? Does it clear the bar? It does. The Dogs will take it. Hey, listen, it doesn't have to be pretty. It's the point that counts. So we're sitting here, 3:13 to go, Doug. We've seen a lot of good things tonight. We've seen a really balanced attack, and that was one thing we wanted to begin to see the Bulldogs be able to do, because otherwise teams are just going to load the box. And they've done that well. They've started to spread the wealth a little bit. Ashton Sweeney getting some touches. Jordan getting some touches. Samar getting some touches. Not just Dathan Tyson.
Adding things week in, week out for this Bulldog team, both offensively and defensively. You know, we talked going into the Selinsgrove game last week that both teams, Selinsgrove and Jersey Shore, definitely had held some things out to not show to their big rival, probably in the PHAC Division I conference, and then they broke some out last week on both sides, and they'll continue to do that throughout the season. The Shikellamy Braves, they kind of go from the frying pan into the fire because after tonight's ball game, they're going to play the Cross River rivalry against Selinsgrove next week at home in the new turf at Shikellamy Stadium.
Yeah, and a shout out to the student section tonight. If you can hear them at home, they are loud and proud. Brody Herr to kick off now. You can hear the band in the background. Everybody's excited here. Return, 20-yard line. Tries to make a man miss. Nearly fumbles. Bo Sechrist again. Does he ever take a night off?
He just loves playing. You can just tell it from his enthusiasm on the field. Really good coverage there. What's impressive is they go down, do Jersey Shore on those special teams for the most part. And they go down and they break down. They don't just run wildly down the field. And normally they make a very, very good tackle and did have so far tonight. Boy, what an offensive explosion here again, led by the defense. Bulldogs up 47-0, 3:08 still to go here in the first half.
Well, and people will say, it's a lot of short routes and it's a lot of this. No, well, they had the wheel route that was deep. But regardless of the length or depth of passing routes, what it is, it's the precision of what the offense has done tonight. It's consistency over time, and they've made it look easy.
They really have. And again, those kickoffs all season long brought to you by Joe's Equipment. Give the folks a call. 570-398-1391.
Raybuck in the gun. He's number 12. 1st and 10. Hands off to Baez. Makes a man miss. Nice little run up front by Baez. Well, he picks up a couple on first down.
And Baez, another one of the freshman players for Shikellamy. And I didn't count them up, but they probably have 7 or 8 freshmen that are playing significant snaps here. So, again, Coach Kaiser and his staff, Logan Libby on the offensive side, they're trying to build a program from the bottom up, and they will over the next couple years.
2nd down and 8. They give Baez 2 on the first down. Ball and 22. In the gun. Raybuck motion right to left. Immediate handoff to Baez. Baez does get a little headroom there. Got a little break up front. Nice run by Baez. The Bulldogs, a couple guys up front have changed. They've moved some guys around. 59 is in there. Travis Blackburn gets some reps.
Nice snaps for Travis. He was in the last series as well. And the Braves just trying to put something together. They've not got a first down, I don't believe, in this first half. So coming up here on 3rd and 5, see what the Braves can do.
Trent Severino also in at left defensive end. Whitman out here in the flats with Jordan. 3rd down and 5, looking to pick up a first down. Baez gets the handoff. He's met immediately by Bo Sechrist. Looked like there was a hole there, but it shut really quick.
Really nice job down inside by, again, Caden Walker, Brody Hurd, just kind of torpedoing all of that. And, again, allow those linebackers, Bo Sechrist in that case, to roam free, come up and make a play and hold the Braves to no gain. They're going to punt it away again.
So Paul Hale back to return here on this one. Coach Gravish says, let's get some guys some time in some key spots, which is crucial. But you never know when you're going to need the next man up, and the return game is crucial. 4th down and 5, ball on the 25, Raybuck to punt. Snap is low. Raybuck gets it off. Paul Hale is there. Comes up, catches it on the run, breaks it down the sideline, makes a man miss, and that's the hunger and tenacity you want to see on a return game. That is a difference maker. Paul Hale steps up.
Pretty good kick there by Brody Hurd under duress. Kind of fielded that one on a hop, but you're right, Nate. Paul Hale on the run, timed that perfectly. Catch it, you have your forward momentum going, and boom, all of a sudden you're inside Braves territory again. 53.2 seconds ago, set up the Bulldogs here in your opponent's territory.
And we talk about the mental capacity of an athlete. Listen, that requires a fearless mentality, and we saw it there. So Paul Hale in a quarterback, hands up. He keeps it. He bounces off Malk. Up the field goes Paul Hale. We'll take it. Jersey Shore will take it. So Paul Hale played pinball there in the backfield on his first rep, but he had the wherewithal to say, I got to make something happen here.
Well, that's what they teach quarterbacks. If something doesn't go right, just you run it through where you were supposed to go initially. Did turn that into a nice gain of almost 10.
Appeared Malk didn't know where he was going directionally, but pass to the flats. Malk makes a nice pitch and catch. I'll tell you, that route was jumped extremely well by number 33. Really nice play by A.J. Benedict. He nearly had a pick.
Paul Hale's first pass attempt maybe this season, I think, from the varsity side. And that's going to be it, Nate. That's going to end up quarter number 2 here for the Bulldogs. What a first half wrap-up. The Bulldogs 47, the Braves 0. You're listening to high school football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
It's time for an insurance review. Every now and then, you need to know you're getting the best coverage at the best price. So here's a phone number, 570-865-5191. State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt will give you an overview and make recommendations on how you can protect yourself and your family. Auto, home, life, health, property, or business, it's Eberhardt State Farm. Available online at insurejerseyshore.com. Eberhardt State Farm in their new offices, 600 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore. 570-865-5191.
There's still an Agway in your local area. X-Agway in Jersey Shore. They have been supplying the community for years. X-Agway, everything you'll need to win the seasonal fight, whether it's fertilizer and lime for lawn and garden season, or rock salt and ice melt for the winter weather. Right now, it's time to set your food plots and grab wood pellets from X-Agway. 112 Harris Street, Jersey Shore, X-Agway, local people taking care of local people. 570-398-2770.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means... Wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait! Unlimited first-year cash back match, only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
Fredham Disposal has proudly served the community with residential and commercial trash removal for the last 55 years. They're a family-owned company that cares about the environment and their customers, providing extensive trash removal and recycling options. Their fleet of trucks provide reliable pickup service, and they give you a chance to pay your bill online. Fredham Disposal, here for you. Call 570-398-114. Fredham Disposal.
Everything costs more, and lots of us are worried about how much we'll spend this coming winter to heat our homes. Make sure to call Hollick's Coal & Oil in Jersey Shore, 570-398-1190, providing stove, nut, pea, buckwheat, and rice coal, heating oil, outside mix kerosene, and off-road diesel. A fixture in the Jersey Shore community for the last 72 years. Hollick's Coal & Oil, ready to keep you warm this winter. 570-398-1190, online at hollickscoalonoil.com.
Bear Country 99.9 FM.
Doug Byerly, Nate Carpenter back here at Thompson Street Stadium. Halftime of the Shikellamy Braves, Jersey Shore Bulldogs. The Bulldogs all over the Braves here in half number one, 47-0 at the break. We'll do a scoring recap here, see how we got here at halftime. And in that first quarter, it was a truly memorable first quarter. Shikellamy had the first series of downs, punted it away. The Bulldogs as well got good starting field position at the Braves 45, but 3 plays they had to punt it away as well. So Shikellamy takes over in their second drive of the night, but it didn't last long. Peyton Samar, pick 6, INT from about the 33-yard line. He runs it in, does Peyton Samar at the 9:05 mark of quarter number one. Brody Herr's first PAT attempt was good, and the Bulldogs led 7-0. In the next Shikellamy series, second interception for Jersey Shore, this time by someone that you normally wouldn't equate with interception, but Caden Walker at the 7:35 mark gets the pick at the 21-yard line. That sets up Tate Sechrist to wrap it up at a 4-yard touchdown run. The Brody Herr PAT was no good, and the Bulldogs led 13-0. Next Schick possession, third consecutive INT for the Bulldogs. Dayton Tyson, really nice play on a long pass attempt by Brody Herr. Dayton Tyson gets to pick off, and the Bulldogs take over at their own 35-yard line. Jaron Loomis to Dayton Tyson. So Tyson starts the drive with the INT and ends it with the catch and run for a 30-yard touchdown. The second time in a row that Brody Herr's PAT was no good. A little bit of trouble on the snap there, and the Bulldogs led 19-0. Braves punted it away on the next series, and then the Bulldogs put together a nice drive. Starting field position was their own 16-yard line, couple of passes, got them downfield, and then Tate Sechrist, 24-yard run. Third consecutive PAT that was not good for Brody Hurd, and the Bulldogs led 26-0. Keep in mind, this is all still in quarter number 1 for the Bulldogs. And then Bo Sechrist got the last INT of that first quarter at the 140 mark. Elijah Jordan caps it off on the next drive, 10-yard touchdown rush to the right. Really nice hole opened up by the right side of the Bulldog offensive line. The Hurd kick this time is good, and the Bulldogs lead 33-0 at the end of that first quarter. In the second quarter, the scoring continues for the Bulldogs. Ashton Sweely takes a 34-yard pass from Jaron Loomis, breaks a tackle down the right sidelines toward the schoolyard buildings for the Bulldogs. The extra point, again, is good, and the Bulldogs widen that lead to 40-0. Couple punts from both teams in the next quarter, but then Bo Sechrist wraps it up on a nice 15-yard touchdown run. Brody Hurd again adds another PAT. So at the break, Jersey Shore leads the way 47-0. And we'll give thanks to Jim Carpenter for filling in for Coach Chris Davis tonight. Time of possession in the first half. Shikellamy leads the way, but they don't have any points on the scoreboard. 12:39 in time of possession. The Bulldogs have held it only 11 minutes and 21 seconds, but have put 47 points on the board. Braves have run 26 plays. The Bulldogs a little bit in that hurry-up offense on that last drive when capped off by Bo Sechrist scoring run. 35 plays in that first half, so they did a nice job with the fast car NASCAR offense in that second quarter. But, wow, what a first quarter, honoring Max Engel here tonight, number 4, all over the field, and turn in 4 INTs in quarter number 1 to lead the way. So the defense leads the way, sets up the offense. What's really great is that the offense scored after every INT that the Bulldogs had in that first quarter, and they put up 47 points here in the first half. So the Bulldogs lead 47-0. We're going to go back to the station. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School Bulldog football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Everything you need in one place. Jiffy Market in Jersey Shore. Now your first choice for great hot food, breakfast sandwiches, bagels, French toast sticks, boneless wings, hash browns, garbage fries, and taco wraps. PA lottery tickets and skill games and ATM fresh-made sandwiches, meat and cheese by the pound, snacks, candy, slushies, and more. All at Jiffy Market. Everything you need in one place. Across from the post office in downtown Jersey Shore. Stop and shop. Jiffy Market in Delhi.
At Taco Bell, we like to keep mornings simple because before 11 a.m., you're not down for whatever.
No.
You're not interested in trying new things.
No.
You want a breakfast that's toned down and delicious, like the Breakfast Crunch Wrap with fluffy eggs, sausage, melty cheese, and a crispy hash brown and a grilled tortilla.
I want to eat that.
See? You may not be a morning person, but it's morning, and you're a person. Taco Bell breakfast, served until 11 a.m. At participating Taco Bell stores during breakfast hours only while supplies last.
Life moves pretty fast, and so does technology. So we should be proud that after over 40 years, Reese's Print Shop in Lock Haven still provides excellent work for everyone in Bear Country. So many other print shops have closed their doors, but Randy Reese still offers digital and offset printing at competitive prices, and they're fast. Reese's Print Shop, 7 East Main Street, Lock Haven. Stop in, email randy@reesesprintshop.com or call 570-748-6528. Reese's Print Shop. See what we can do for you or your company.
Hard work is the foundation of the job site. Boot Barn Work and Carhartt are committed to supporting the hard workers that keep our nation moving. Boot Barn Work proudly offers a broad selection of Carhartt workwear and boots, known for durability and quality since 1889. When the work is relentless, Carhartt is trusted to finish the job. With so much on the line, there's no room for cutting corners. Carhartt at Boot Barn Work.
B.A. Mikesell is a local residential, commercial, and industrial electrical contractor. With over 10 years servicing North Central Pennsylvania, B.A. Mikesell has built relationships with home and business owners in Jersey Shore and beyond. Trust B.A. Mikesell's trained electricians for all of your electrical needs. Take advantage of their industry-leading warranties. Call 570-398-7837 today to find out more. B.A. Mikesell Electric, a proud supporter of Jersey Shore sports.
Need insurance? See Fager Insurance. Fager Insurance at 511 East Church Street in Lock Haven is an independent agency representing Erie Insurance. Fager Insurance works for you to get the best coverage at the best possible price with superior service. You are the person that counts. If you have a loss or claim, Fager Insurance will be there to guide you through the process. Fager Insurance offers auto, home, flood, business, and life insurance. Since 1964, Clinton County residents have trusted Fager Insurance at 511 East Church Street, Lock Haven. You should too. Fager Insurance.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly back here, Thompson Street. It's halftime, 47-0, 6 minutes away from the start of the second half. Before we get to the stats, Doug, let's talk a little bit about our sponsors.
Absolutely want to give a shout-out again to Steve and Alicia Wadsworth from Lock Haven for the support of the Jersey Shore Bulldog football team and our broadcast all season long. Shout out to River Valley Internet for providing the bandwidth we need to bring you the broadcast. River Valley Internet, we never forget. You have a choice. Our kickoff sponsor all season long, brought to you by Joe's Equipment, offering steel sales, service, and parts. Cement Drive, Jersey Shore, 570-398-1391. And our out-of-town scoreboard, and again, our apologies, we don't really have out-of-town scoreboard tonight. I want to mention the sponsor, Tie Dot and Embroidery. Go see those great folks on Charles Street in Jersey Shore for all your screen printing, embroidery needs. Go see them, give them some business. Tie Dot and Embroidery are our out-of-town scoreboard sponsor all season long.
So, Chris Davis, we want to thank you. We're going to try to read these. Our head statistician, longtime coach Chris Davis' father has recently been diagnosed with cancer. He's on his way with his family to Boston. We miss you tonight. You're part of the family. Our prayers and thoughts go out to you. But thank you for tuning in tonight from Boston to give us these halftime stats.
We just want to talk about dedication, doing the stats from out of state, and we really do appreciate it, Coach Davis. On the offensive side, Tate Sechrist leads the way, 8 carries, 76 yards, 2 TDs, so 1 TD, 3 yards, the other TD, 22 yards. Elijah Jordan, 7 carries for 29 yards and a 10-yard touchdown run. Bo Sechrist, 2 carries, 26 yards, and a 15-yard touchdown run. Through the air, Jaron Loomis, not bad, 9 for 13, 163 yards, and 2 TDs, one 29 yards, the other one 34 yards. First one to Dathan Tyson, the second one to Ashton Swheely. On the receiving side, Dathan Tyson leads the way with 3 catches, again, 1 for touchdown at 29 yards. Peyton Samar with 2 catches, 1 for 19, 1 for 6. Ashton Swheely, 2 catches, 34-yard touchdown, and another 1 for 15 yards. And Elijah Jordan, 2 catches, 1 for 28 and 1 for 6. So nice sprinkling through the passing game. A couple different guys catching it. A couple, Jaron Loomis doing a nice job throwing it as well. Balanced offense, Nate, that's what the team's been looking for all season long, and they got it here in the first half, and they put up 47 big ones on the scoreboard.
Yeah, pretty incredible. I mean, when you talk about that magic number 4, we've talked about it all night. Pregame, here we are. It's been worn by every high school football team, nearly from coast to coast, LA to Chicago, but primarily here in PA. 4 picks in that first quarter. I've never seen anything like it. Jersey Shore's had some really tremendous seasons and some tremendous athletes. Last year, 5-6 kids all state. Very explosive. We've not seen that explosiveness quite as much this year as we have tonight. And again, it's not like they pick it off and they forget about it, and they capitalize tonight each and every time.
Really did a super job. And Peyton Samar, again, starting it all off with the pick 6 early in that first quarter. Really tough sled to hoe for Brody Raybuck on the Braves sidelines. Most of those throws were not bad throws, but just really good reaction by the Bulldog defenders. All started off there by Peyton Samar and sets it up. And just to have that number 4 in the first quarter really makes it special. And again, it leads into our player of the game. Who will be that player of the game? Thus far this year, we've really only named 2 of them in week number 1 and week number 2. Obvious reasons we did not have one last week. Tate Sechrist led the way against the Pottsville Crimson Tide. He was our player of the game in week number 1. In week number 2, we shared it. Tate Sechrist with 22 yards, 22 carries, 100 yards, 4 TDs rushing, and Elijah Jordan 19 for 160 and 1 touchdown, led the way against Lewisburg. So those have been our players of the game. And if any sponsor would love to come on board, we'd love to have you to be our player of the game sponsor for the rest of this season and the playoffs as well. Keep in mind, folks, need those playoff sponsors because that changes things when the PIAA becomes involved and the broadcast fees and all that get much, much higher than they are in the regular season. So if you love to come on board like Alexander Kia did last week, love to have you come on board as a sponsor for this Bulldog football team for the rest of the season.
Again, we're grateful for your sponsorship and your advertising here at the Bear Country Network. We're going to pause. We're going to be back right after this message from our station. Second half about to start. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
We have moved. Alexander Kia is offering the same great deals on new and used Kias at our new location on Broad Street in Montoursville. Come see Doug Hilliard and the great selection of 2024 Kias, the Telluride, Seltos, and the amazing all-new Kia EV9. SUV capability, EV power. Take advantage of all the extras available at Alexander Kia, including free state inspection and car washes with every service appointment. Alexander Kia, Broad Street, Montoursville, online, alexanderkia.com.
Muncie Bank and Trust is proud of its long history of guiding families and business owners on their financial journey. When it comes to serving our communities, we know that trust, integrity, and reliability are what you've come to expect from Muncie Bank and Trust. So whether you're a family looking to purchase a place to call home or a business owner seeking the capital to grow, your journey to making those dreams a reality starts at Muncie Bank. Learn more at munciebank.com. FDIC insured, equal housing lender.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your local Erie agent is Brigandy, Gleghorn, and Hafley. Get a quote today.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
It seems like there's an automotive parts store on every corner, and they all probably have the part or product you need. But do they know what you need? And do they know they have it? For automotive parts and knowledge, come to the automotive parts store that has automotive experience, Napa Auto Parts. The staff at Napa Auto Parts has the experience to answer your questions and make sure you get what you need. Napa Auto Parts, Hogan Boulevard, Mill Hall, and Bridge Street, Jersey Shore. Napa Auto Parts, Central PA's trusted source for automotive parts and knowledge for generations.
Consumer Cellular's award-winning customer support is 100% based in the U.S., and you are 100% based in the U.S. That's something you have in common with Consumer Cellular's customer service. Consumer Cellular's customer service likes pizza, and you like pizza. You want a free month of service, and we want to give you one. We obviously can't wait to hear from you. Visit consumercellular.com/free month and enter code FREEMONTH to get your second month free. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Promotion is subject to terms and conditions.
If you want to sell a house or buy a house, make it Anchor Realty in Lock Haven. Dave Winkleman and his team are ready to help you. Dave's a Jersey Shore graduate. He's ready to help fellow Bulldogs get the deal they want. He's motivated to market your home and find you a new one. 570-858-0777 for Dave Winkleman and the team at Anchor Realty. Ask Dave how he can guarantee your home will sell within 90 days. 57 Belfont Avenue, Lock Haven. Anchor Realty, ready to serve you. 570-858-0777.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
We are back, and, we also want to thank our listeners out there. It's incredible the positive feedback that we get each and every week. Doug and I have worked together for quite some time, but, you hear us, you may occasionally see us, but we'd be lost without Vince, Doc Massey. By the way, check out the Sun Gazette article where he paid tribute to Max Engel. I don't know if I've ever read a piece that touched my heart quite like that did, and it will be a piece that will go down as a legacy piece, as one of the top sports writers of the year in the past and currently the present. So also, again, thanks again, Chris, for the stats. Incredible that you could get us those from Boston. Hats off to Jim Carpenter for doing time of possession, Sean Hale for doing our scoring drives. And, it's the many hands make light work, but what good is that if people don't tune in? So, again, thank you to our listeners and our viewers tonight. We've come a long way, and we're grateful for your support. So, Doug, here we are. It's about that time. Third quarter, 12 minutes a quarter. Jersey Shore began to substitute a number of players, specifically return men. The running backs were coming in early. We saw some line changes. So second half, we'll see what Tom Gravish does and if Schick can get some momentum.
Well, you're going to see a mix of starters and substitutes in for the Bulldogs for sure. The Braves, we've talked about it, very young team overall, so they probably won't change our lineup a whole lot here in half number 2. What will change is the running clock, so Bulldogs are up 35-plus points. So, again, the scoreboard will not stop in case of other than a case of an injury or a score here in this second half.
Number 7, Connor Steese kicking off for Shikellamy. It's short. It's going to dribble and be picked up by Elijah Jordan. Up the middle he goes. Doesn't really do much shifty there. He gets a couple. Smart play, though. Chooses to get what he can get. And the Dogs will take over possession with good field position, 32-yard line.
Yeah, and that kickoff brought to you by Joe's Equipment. Go see Aaron and her crew. Cement Drive, Jersey Shore for all your steel parts service. Joe's Equipment kickoff.
So Paul Hale getting some reps with the starting receivers. Single eye pro formation. Bo Sechrist up front gets the handoff. Bo Sechrist, wow. Bo Sechrist is he's fun to watch.
Really nice job there on the left side. Dammer and Slate Sechrist, nice crease hole. Bo Sechrist right through it. Big run, first down. He's tough, Nate. I tell you, he is strong, powerful, and quick.
Sorry, Doug, for stepping on your toes there. Under center, Paul Hale. Second back gets it. Jordan has – that's Malk. Malk had a huge hole. Credit the line. Some changes up front. 62 in. Owen Vandriff's in there on the right side, along with number 10, Luke Thompson at tight end. 74 has been a household name. That's Dyson Delaney. Second and 3, Paul Hale under center. Sweely right to left. Quick pitch left. Gets a block by Bo Sechrist. Boy, Bo Sechrist took one on the chin there. I hope he's okay. He got lit up, but made the block.
Kind of shakes himself. Kind of said, boy, got one on the hand, on the knuckles there, but he's ready to go.
Third and 3, Paul Hale. Bo Sechrist gets it. Met immediately.
Two really good defensive pushes there by the Braves there. Spontanelli, mentioned him. He's one of the captains. Was one of the captains early in the ball game. They held the Bulldogs short there. Going to bring up 4th and 2. Brody Herr's going to drop the punt this one away.
So after getting big yards on first down, Bulldogs force the punt. Herr punts it away, and he crushes this one. Nice hang time. You talked about that early in the first half. Brody Herr there, 10, 20, roughly a 30-yard punt, but you'll take that all day with no gain.
Absolutely great kick. Really got height on that one. Force your return man to just wave the hand for the fair catch. The Bulldogs turn that one over, but the Braves going to take over, not in great field position at their own at 11.
Schick has not had good field position the entire night. That's been a real issue. And when they got out towards midfield, it was once again an interception and a turnover. So Ray Buck's going to be in the game at quarterback. Baez in the backfield. Twins left, Twins right. 1st and 10 on the 11. Ray Buck rolls right, goes immediately to the flats. Hits number 84. Haven't called his number much tonight, but that's Charlie Walter.
And if you're the Braves offense here, you really just want to work in a real live game situation on putting together some continuity on your offense. You want to throw the football, work on it right here in quarter number 3 and 4.
Preston Beatty at right end, getting some more reps here in the second half. Luke Thompson at linebacker along with Bo Sechrist. 2nd and 7. Ray Buck in the gun. Rolls left, immediately to the flats, slightly underthrown. Intended for 35. Owen Elliott.
That's such a hard throw rolling to the left. We talk about that a lot. and even at the college level, when you roll away from your dominant hand, very difficult. If you're quick enough to get out there and then turn your hips to throw, it's an easy throw, but most people can't do that, and Brody Hearn not quite quick enough to get out there and kind of threw that across his body.
So Paul Hale getting some more reps at left corner. Whitman still in the game at right corner. Malk at safety, along with number 7, Luke Ryan, getting some reps as well for the Bulldogs. 3rd down and 7, big down for this defense. Going to look to the flats. Sits down in the route to 28. We'll see where the spot goes. They're going to walk this down. He's going to be a little short, Doug.
That's a good open field tackle by Peyton Whitman. He had a really tough matchup last week with Bastion, with receiver from Selinsgrove being such a big physical guy, much bigger than Peyton Whitman. I'll tell you, Peyton's pretty impressive. When he gets his hands on you, normally he can bring you to the turf, and did so there just short of that first down.
Yeah, Bastion was another beast, 6'1", 210, and I walked on the field and stood next to him, and he was a man among boys. 4th down and 1. Let's see if there's a hard count here to draw the Dogs offside. So Shikellamy forced to take a timeout. Coach kind of infuriated here on the sideline, saying, come on, boys.
It's interesting. Their one offensive lineman backed out of the line, goes back to the second line of 3, and the player coming in didn't know where to go, whether he should have replaced that lineman up front or where he exactly was going to go. So that forces a timeout call for the Braves on this special teams play. And Nate, you mentioned Paul Hale, and we've talked about him at quarterback. He's a guy that you're going to see work in and get really significant reps in that defensive backfield as the season goes on. He's a good enough athlete with good size. He's a nice, tall kid and knows what he's doing. You know, he's Coach Hale's son, understands the game very, very well. He's going to become an important part of this team as this schedule continues.
Absolutely. And, you know, Malk is a solid underclassman as well, number 24. You know, he's had a great year thus far. So he's a junior, but back to receive the punt. Hale and Malk off the foot of Raybuck. It's rolled back. He does field it like a midfielder. That's going to go to Paul Hale. He's going to have room. Makes the catch. Gets a block. Goes down the outside. He's going all the way. No, he gets hit by number 55. But that's the burst we talked about. It's the hunger. It's the thirst. It's getting into the next level. And you talked about it, Doug. Not only does he make the catch, but he allows himself to get a full head of steam.
Touchdown saving tackle there by the Braves special teamer. Paul Hale saw the seam, and boy, he turned it on full speed. Nice tackle there, but he's ready to lead this Bulldog offense. 7:26 to go here,
so
third quarter.
Severino out wide right. Thompson goes left to right. That's Paul Hale in the gun. It's going to be trips 1st and 10. Hands to Malk. Malk's going to get hit immediately. Roll forward for maybe a half yard to a yard. But Paul Hale's showing some speed.
Oh, no question. You have a good mix there in the offensive line. You have Owen Vandruff and Lorson still in, but now you have Caden Walker and Dammer on the left side of the Bulldog offense.
2nd and 9, Hale on the gun. Fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it, and he's got speed. Makes a cutback. He's gone. 15, 10, 5, touchdown. And I've talked about this all year. This kid has a tremendous future because he has a burst. I've seen him do things in practice at receiver, even against the first-team defense. That's really impressive, Doug.
Good read there, designed quarterback run. But what's impressive is when your players see what's available to them and then no hesitation, turn it on. Good angle to the sidelines, 31 yards, Paul Hale touchdown.
Snap is back, hold is down, Loomis hold, it's good. Kick is up, yes, it's good. Hands go vertical. Boy, Brody Hurt got into that one. So I think what's impressive is, you know, everybody bid on the fake handoff. You know, Paul put it right in the belly of Malk, pulled it out, and then just took it. Got an initial block that was nice on the edge, but did some tremendous things with his feet.
8th scoring possession for the Bulldogs, including the pick 6 by Peyton Samar to get this one all underway. Really impressive. 6:45 mark of the third quarter. Paul Hale gets the punt return to set it all up. And then on the second down play, 31-yard rush to the right side. That Brody Hurt PAT is good. The Bulldogs stretch the lead. Still 6:49 to go here in quarter number 3. Dogs lead 54-0.
I think what's great to see there is, you've seen wholesale substitutions on the line, and that offensive drive really had some gusto. Brody Hurt gets into this one, picked up at the 10-yard line, makes one man miss, does bounce to the outside, but a good tackle. We'll see who that is. There's Samar. So Samar comes up again with a nice tackle.
Yeah, probably the only units that you don't see a whole lot of substitution are the kickoff, kick return, PAT, and that sort of thing, because it's so hard to shuffle a whole new team in there because you need the snapper, you need the holder, and all of that. So that's why you see all of those starters, even when you have some different folks in on both the offensive and defensive units, they're going to be there on those special teams. A nice tackle there, Peyton Samar.
And we talked about this. One thing that happens, the tendency is you have to burn a timeout because you're missing a guy or you have one extra guy. So 1st and 10, third quarter, after that Bulldog score and PAT from Brody Hurt, 54-0 is a score. The Braves will start on their own 21. In the gun is Raybuck. Looks immediately to, it's going to go up top. It's thrown high and deep. Wow, beautiful pass. Beautiful pass. Thomas Pollock laid out but could not make the catch.
Boy, Evan Snyder did a nice job. That's tough to come all the way from his position and trail that receiver. Pretty good position on the defensive side, but that was a really good throw there by Brody Raybuck. You can see why he has potential, and Logan Libby from the coaching side saying, hey, we need to work in that passing offense. We can't just run the wing T like we've done. We'll do that a little bit if need be, but we're going to try and throw the ball down the field, stretch the field as much as we can. Almost a big play there.
2nd down and 10. Raybuck in the gun again. Baez the back in front, goes to the flats. Well thrown ball, but just dropped. Beautifully, we talk about the rolling left and the pass to the flats, difficult, but that time Raybuck squared his feet, got his shoulder square, made a great pass to number 84. It was dropped.
Tight end Walter coming all the way across the formation there. Really should have come up with that. That was a good delivery there by Brody Hurt. So when you look at the stats in the Sunbury Daily Item or Sun Gazette, the stats for Brody Raybuck are going to look bad. But, a lot of his passes are on the mark. He just needs a little bit more time, a little bit more experience from that quarterback position. He has a chance to be pretty good.
I agree. As a sophomore. 3rd down and 10. Raybuck goes to the pass over the middle, wide open, number 35. And that's a 1st down. Really nice look. You want to talk about timing, Doug. You talk about his potential bright side. Well, there it is.
Owen Elliott on the reception there for the 1st down, and Jim Carpenter lets us know that that's the Braves' first down of the ball game, coming at the 4:45 mark of quarter number 3.
Yeah, the Dogs brought their lunch pail to work tonight. They've been hungry. 4:30 to go here, third quarter. 1st and 10 on the 32. Raybuck in the gun, going to go to the flats immediately. Again, dropped. So we've seen at least 3 or 4 of those passes that should have been completions.
Evan Snyder is junior, coming in at that defensive back position, 6 feet 170. He's getting a lot of work here because obviously it's easier for Raybuck to throw it this way. He kind of looks to his 2 receivers on this side of formation the last couple plays there. And Snyder's getting some good work. Again, the reaction time, where do you make your break on the football? That's something that you want to see the young DBs figure out.
2nd down and 10. 32-yard line. Raybuck in the gun, trips left. Snap is back. Looks immediately to the flats. Throws underneath. They're going to throw a holding penalty there. The Dogs let up on the whistle. Good job by the officials.
Elliott with his 2nd catch for the Braves, but that one will be nullified. Anytime a flag comes right in the middle of the line there, that is definitely going to be holding against the offense. So that will pause the timer. And again, we're in the mercy rule, all in this 3rd and 4th quarter with the Bulldogs up more than 35 points at the break. They declined that penalty. Not surprised. I was kind of thinking that. Maybe you just say no. You didn't really pick up a whole lot of yards on 1st down on that play. Picked up about 3, bringing up about 3rd and 7.
Shikellamy did get their first down. Got a little momentum going here. 3rd down and 7. Looking to get their first score on the board here tonight with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Raybuck in the gun, trips right, single left. Going to bring the heat. Pass it. Tackle's missed. Off to the races. 28 to 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Shikellamy. So we talk about that, looking to get some points on the board. We talk about the island out there, Doug. You talk about breaking down. Well, what happens if you don't break down? That's what happens.
Thomas Pollock, he's been the leading receiver for the Braves in the first 3 ball games, topped 100 yards twice. Might not top 100 yards tonight, but boy, he puts a nice niche in his belt, so to speak, there with a nice catch and run. I'm going to put that one at 64 yards. Raybuck to Pollock for the Shikellamy Braves touchdown.
And that time, Raybuck chose to not go to the wide side, which was the trip side, chose to go to the single island side. And like you said, Doug, Thomas Pollock made the catch and did the rest with his feet. Incredible run for the first score for Shikellamy tonight. Looking to tack on the PAT, missing a man. Tamir Hewlett coming into the game. High snap over the head. It's picked up. Oh, Paul Hale nearly picked it up. So, no good on the PAT. 54-6 is the score. So, hats off to Shikellamy getting their first touchdown of the night.
Yeah, what's interesting, it's really kind of hard for me at least to keep track of all the different rule changes from high school to college, even to the pro. So, even if Bo Sechrist or whomever from the Bulldogs would have came up with that, you can't return that anymore. You used to be able to in high school. But now it's just a dead, whenever it becomes a possession of somebody, it's a dead ball. It's probably a good thing. I don't know, kind of removes some excitement, but you wouldn't see it maybe once a year or less. But Pollock from Raybuck, 64-yard, pitch and catch. Braves get on the board, break the shutout for the Bulldogs, but the Bulldogs still lead 54-6. Still 3:09 to go here in the third quarter.
So the Bulldogs going to receive here. We talked about this, Doug. We talked about this. The Bulldogs don't make any household changes on the return game. So back deep to receive will be Brody Herr and Elijah Jordan. 2 upbacks, Dathan Tyson and Sweely. The next tier, Bo Sechrist and Samar. Kicking for Schick, Connor Steese. The kick is down. The kick is deep. Brody Herr tries to pick it up on the run. He's going to go wide side all the way back across the field. He's got speed. Brody Herr's going to try to get the edge. He does. And there he goes down the sideline. He tucks back. And the turf monster got him. What a nice return by Brody Herr. Cross midfield like a thoroughbred stallion.
And he was looking. He saw Dathan Tyson coming to give him maybe that last block or screen that you needed and just couldn't get far enough away from the defender. I think that defender finally got a hand on the heel for Brody Herr, but he returns it about 60 yards down to the Brave 35. His best career kick return, Brody Herr.
Paul Hale looking to do some, I'm thinking of the old Millionaire song, You Can Do Magic. Paul Hale is in under center, pro I formation. Bo Sechrist gets the rock, and he's met immediately. Great job. Baez first on the scene, number 2.
I tell you, Baez, he is a stocky guy. He's short. He's only 5'5", but he is thick. He's got to go about 180, 200 pounds. He is solid playing at that nose guard position.
I like that, Doug. I like that. He is thick. Fire hydrant leg. Usually you say stout. I like brawny, burly, whatever comes to mind. Paul Hale in the gun now. 2nd and 11. Snap is back. Delayed handoff. They got flags in the air. Not sure what the flag's all about. Probably the motion.
Probably the only thing that's a shame that you're not going to hear, and that was an illegal shift, so that's going to cost the Bulldogs if the Braves take this penalty. The only thing that's a shame here is that with the score being 54-6, you're not going to probably see Paul Hale throw the ball a whole lot. Something that you'd love to see him have a chance to work on, because you've seen him, Nate, in some of the JV games and all that. He has a pretty good arm. And it would be great to see him work on some timing with these second-team receivers. Because, again, I think Paul Hale is going to become important not only defensively from a D-back position, but as a backup to Jaron Loomis as his schedule continues.
Well, Coach Hale, his father, we're trying to get his release point a little higher, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. In the gun, 2nd and 16. Immediately to the flats. That's thrown to number 7, Luke Ryan, just slightly bit short, but decent route.
I tell you, Luke Ryan, he's a nice-sized kid as well. Sophomore, 6 foot, 175. You can see he's got some potential to be a nice receiver.
Just wanted to say congratulations real quick to Dan Lazorka. Took the job. He was former softball coach here in town, did a lot of things for this community, took the job as the AD at Bishop Newman. It's just great to see good things happen to good people. 3rd down and 16 on the 41. Hale in the gun, left to right motion. They got to figure out this song and dance here right now, Doug.
Well, anytime you get a lot of people coming in and you put people in motion, you often have illegal shifts or illegal motion. That one's going to be the procedure penalty, going to set them back even more, going to make them 3rd and 21 from just outside the 45.
Yeah, it's been an incredible night tonight. A lot of amazing things have happened. The support's been just dynamic. Paul Hale on the gun, 3rd and 21. They're marching backwards. Left to right motion. It's the jet sweep. He has a wall. Gets to the sideline. Runs out of real estate. Going to be a few yards short on that. But, boy, if he'd have had another 5 yard lines, 5 yards of sideline, he'd still be running.
Nice run there by Evan Snyder on the jet sweep. So the Bulldogs pick up some of that 21 yards. I think they're going to stay in here, Nate, instead of punting this one away, give second teamers a chance on 4th and 8.
Yeah, 4th and 8. We'll see what they do. It looks like Paul Hale, like you said, is going to stay in the lineup. And again, try and convert here on 4th and 8. You're kind of in that red zone, red zone 30, 35 yard line. They're going to have to call something. 5, 4 on the play clock. Call something or timeout. He got it off. It's Malk. You know what that is? It's called a class act.
Just to run up the middle as a jailbreak for the Braves defense. So they're going to hold them there on 4th and 8. Going to take possession here 11.2 seconds ago in the 3rd quarter. Again, we are in the mercy rule. Bulldogs lead 54-6 over the Braves of Shikellamy.
Yeah, we talk about Monday Night Football. There isn't a better game nationwide than you're tuning into right now here on the Bear Country Sports Network. Shout out to all those people viewing all across the 17740 Halo. That's the end of the quarter. Bulldogs 54, Shikellamy 6. We come back after this. Shikellamy will have the ball to start the 4th quarter. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
40 years serving the Jersey Shore area community. All Round Tire, your hometown service and tire sales center. Family owned and operated, All Round Tire features Cooper, many other tire brands, including Michelin and Firestone. Make us your first choice not only for passenger, light truck, farm, and ag tires, but also for service, brakes, exhaust belts, and hoses, and we offer the only vulcanized flat repairs in the area. PA State Inspection 2, open weekdays 8 till 5, Saturday till noon. All Round Tire, Cement Hollow Road, Jersey Shore.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
We're back. Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly here. Start the 4th quarter. 54-6 is the scoreboard. Raybuck in the gun. He goes immediately to the flats. Batted down. Oh, and that's Fravel. Shout out. Awesome. He moved into the area from New Jersey. I believe it's Jersey. Family has the screen printing business, but this is his first year of football ever, and he has a chance to play defensive end and bat one down.
Matt Fravel, number 88, 6'2", 195. Gotten a couple snaps in those first 3 games, but really nice to see. Anytime you get a first-year player who hasn't played a whole lot, really important for them to be a part of the program.
Yeah, he might get the majority of an entire quarter here tonight. That bat down makes it 2nd and 10. Shikellamy not sure where to set up. Motion man gets set, the slot. Raybuck looks to the flats, immediately throws the ball, caught by number 84. Charlie Walter brings another one in.
Well, what you can see when Brody Raybuck has time to throw, he's pretty good, just like most high school quarterbacks. If you have a time to take a look down the field, set your feet, and deliver the football, you can have some success, and he does there for a nice short game.
And he's got a nice strong arm as well. So 3rd down and 7. Schick needs to advance and move the chains here. Bulldogs bringing pressure. Baez gets hit immediately. Preston Beatty in on a little action there, not to mention several other Bulldogs.
Nice job inside there by number 66, Gage Watkins. Boy, he's only a freshman, but he is a big young man. 6 foot 220. Nice tackle on that play.
Yeah, the Bulldogs really look to pin their ears back. And we talk about this. Anytime there's a slight delay in the snap, it really gives your defense the advantage. 4th down and 9. I don't think we're going to see a fake here, but we'll see. Back to receive. Hale and Malk. Deep. Nope, I'm sorry. That's number 7. Hale gets a breather. That was Luke Ryan. Nice job on the fair catch, though.
Really nice job. Saw it. Saw the players coming down in front of him. Waved that hand up there. Nice catch. Nice security. That's the first punt he's fielded in a varsity game in his career. So that's just exciting. That's just good stuff, good experience, something he won't forget.
No, absolutely. And when you see, we've seen 3 or 4, new faces and numbers in there on the punt return, and they've all done a great job. Paul Hale getting some massive reps tonight. 9:53 to go here in the 4th. It's a 1st and 10 for the Bulldog offense on the 25-yard line. Twins left and twins to the right. Left to right motion. Fakes the jet sweep, goes with the counter to number 2, Anthony Sander. Met immediately. Sander not sure where he was supposed to be. Paul Hill said, get over here.
And great to see number 73, Dubs Bloom in the Southmore, the biggest guy on the roster, 6'6", 330 from that left guard position. Get some snaps.
2nd and 13 on the loss. Hale goes immediately to the flats. Nice pass. Caught by number 6. Not much of a gain on that. Yeah, you talk about Dubs Bloom. He comes in, it just casts a massive shadow over the field.
Carson Watkins, nice reception there. Pick up some yardage, positive yardage through the passing game for Paul Hale to Watkins.
Short pickup there. 3rd down and 9 on the 17. Paul Hale in the gun with dual twin packages. Fakes the flat. No, he throws the flats and picked off. Immediately jumped by number 8. That's Tamir Hewlett. Makes a great interception. And give the Braves credit. They're not going away easy.
Well, good read there. Again, Paul Hale will learn from that. He's got to see that defender, eyeing him up. Saw it was that short little out pass, that short little swing pass. You really can't throw that one. You got to pump it, maybe tuck it away and run. So a good INT there by Hewlett for the Braves. 8:34 to go in this one. Bulldogs going to improve to 3-0-1 on the season. Game coming up later this week on the road. First of 4 consecutive road games for the Bulldogs at Mifflinburg against the Wildcats.
New quarterback into the game for the Braves. Corbin Stahl. 1st and 10 on the Bulldog 19. Snap is back. Looks to roll. Beatty comes in. We used to say, Doug, his grandfather is a longtime dentist in the area. We used to say when you came like that, you got a little free dental.
That's a tackle for a loss, Preston Beatty. You talked about him earlier, Nate. He's a guy that in the weight room, he works hard, and there he gets rewarded for that hard work. Probably his first tackle for a loss in his career for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he just matured and blossomed. Super, super strong kid, just trying to understand football, and he's starting to get it down. 2nd down and 16, big loss. Snap is back. Immediate handoff to Baez. Not tackled. He's got big legs, Doug. You said that. He is really, really able. If you don't wrap up, he's gone.
Yeah, Baez, you've got some potential. You put Brody Raybuck as a sophomore, Baez as a freshman on both sides of the football, nose guard on the defensive side, running back on the offensive side. You can see why Coach Kaiser and Logan Leiby from the offensive side, why they have good positive thoughts about what they can do in the next year or so.
You talked about all the freshmen. Corbin Stahl, number 15 at quarterback, is a freshman as well. Snap is back. Baez has it. He gets to the outside, cuts back, met immediately by number 25. It is a touchdown. Number 25, Jace Fetzer was there. Just a little late. Give Baez credit. Shikellamy scores their 2nd touchdown of the night with 6:50 remaining in the 4th quarter. Hats off to the Braves.
Well, it's easy to forget. You know, you have two teams competing. You know, you're up 54-0 on one side. You're not embarrassing the team, but they want to do some positive things to round it out. And they're doing that, and that's nice to see for the Braves, see what they can do at the end of the ballgame.
Well, we've seen such incredible blocked off the edge by 13. Evan Snyder says, -1 in my column. Back to what you're talking about, Doug. Tom Gravish, give him credit tonight, really began substituting before the first half was over. That only benefits your program in the long run. Shikellamy's younger guys are getting some reps, but like we talked about the sportsmanship and just the outpouring of love, respect, and admiration for what has transpired this whole week with Max Engel and his family, but not only the Bulldog Nation, but everybody coming together. And tonight, it being a night where, you know what, football's one thing, wins and losses are one thing, but so many times it's how you play the game, and it's how you respect opponents, coaches, and teams.
No question about it. And just back to the block point attempt, that's a heck of a play there by Evan Snyder. Full extension on the dive for the block on the PAT. Just great to see what Tom Gravish and his staff teach. You know, you give full effort on every play, no matter when it is, no matter what the score is on the scoreboard. Really nice block there by Evan Snyder.
It looks like Schick has a new kickoff team, and what we've talked about, Doug, is this is one area where we don't substitute. So we've got all of our starters in here. This could be interesting.
And Coach Gravish has always done this. It's not a new thing this
No.
year where you keep him in. They do have a few new guys up here in the front line, including Paul Hale, but the return people from that second line back are all the starters.
Connor Stees kicks it short. Bo Sechrist on the catch. Gets north and south. He just won't go down easy, will he? We had a bird's eye view of that right here, didn't we, Doug? Just putting his feet down like, you're not tackling me.
I thought that's a dangerous guy to kick it to when you're trying to get a little pooch kick, maybe a little bit of an onside kick. You kick it to a guy like Bo Sechrist, he says, hey, I'm going to give it every effort I have.
Right.
Didn't get a chance to break free and get full speed. Sets up the Bulldogs, 6:42 to go here in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs lead 54-12.
Hale at quarterback, 1st and 10 on the 46. Left to right motion. It's the jet sweep. He's got a whole wall down the outside. He could be gone. He's got speed. 30, 25, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. That's number 3, Evan Snyder. Big time. Did he just block the kick? Was that him who blocked the kick?
Yeah.
He said, you know what, I want my own 7. I'm going to block your PAT and get a 6. And, dude, we talked about this. I'm sorry I called you dude. It's late. It's Monday. I got work tomorrow. I mean, it's not a Saturday tomorrow. But watching that run back was incredible.
That's great speed by Evan Snyder down the right side. Really good blocking to spring him. Evan Snyder goes 54 yards on the rush. Touchdown.
Snap is back. Hold is down. Kick is up. Brody Herr says, thank you for the opportunity. It's good. So, Snyder, man, you know what I love to see about these kids? It's next man up. People say, why do the Bulldogs year in and year out go to the cupboards and they're not there? When you got kids that play all out, every play, they block a PAT and then take a jet sweep to the house, it's incredible. It's just absolutely incredible.
Nice PAT there by Brody Herr. You know, it's interesting, Nate, on those special teams. You get a couple missed PATs right in the middle. In fact, I think he missed 3 in a row. He missed 2 in a row. Then he missed 1 later, so he missed 3 PATs in the ball game. But then he comes back here in the second half after a couple touchdowns, gets some nice rhythm back again. PATs, we've talked about it. At some point, your kicking game is going to be a factor, just like it was last year on the road at Selinsgrove in that second game of the year where Breck Miller, who just had started as a kicker, kicks the field goal to win the game 10-7. Is Brody Herr kicking is going to be important later on this season.
Absolutely. Kicking off, Brody Herr kicks this one deeper. Returned at about the 20. Immediately hit. Snowed in. Samar first to arrive. They're blowing that one dead early, which is nice to see. Forward progress stopped. Immediately blown dead.
So Evan Snyder with the 11th scoring drive of the ball game. 2 plays, 54 yards on that rush around the right side at the 6:21 mark. Her PAT again is good, and the Bulldogs extend that lead 61-12. 6:14 to go here in this one. And Nate, we talked about our player of the game again. Kickoff brought to you again by Joe's Equipment, offering steel sales, service, and parts. Cement Drive, Jersey Shore. Give Aaron and a crew a call at 570-398-1391. But we talked about it earlier. Player of the game awards. Week number 1, Tate Sechrist. Week number 2, it was Tate Sechrist and Elijah Jordan. Who might it be here in week number 4 against the Braves?
Handoff immediately to Baez. You can tell it's him every time he touches it because he's electric. Wrapped up, though, by 13 Snyder. I'll tell you, he has been everywhere tonight.
Snyder's really doing some nice plays here in the fourth quarter. Evan Snyder, both sides of the football for the Bulldogs.
So into the game, we like to talk about these household names of the future. Carson Watkins, number 6. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 165. Number 7, Luke Ryan at safety. Then you also have Fravel, number 88, left defensive end. Aiden Evans, number 58, in, along with Myers at nose. Blitz up the middle. Pressure coming. Fravel gets his hands up. It's picked off by number 7. Fravel got his hands up. Picked off by Luke Ryan. You talked about his size. He's an impressive young man. And that's why we talk about these kids. You know, it takes an entire community from the Pipeline and the Annisfort with these young student athletes who are here tonight at this game to develop. And these young athletes tonight stepping up. Luke Ryan makes a big interception. Paul Hale will be in the shotgun again. Continuous clock here with the mercy rule. 4:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Aiden Evans into the game. Shikellamy is going to call a timeout.
Make sure they have everybody set up the way they want. The Bulldogs coming up here, and we want to give a shout-out again one last time to our sponsors. They've been so supportive all season long. Special thanks to Steve and Alicia Wadsworth of Lock Haven for their support of the Bulldog football team and the broadcast. Thanks again to River Valley Internet when we're at home for providing the bandwidth we need to bring you the broadcast. River Valley Internet, we never forget. You have a choice. And our kickoffs, Joe's Equipment, Steel Sales, Service, and Parts, Cement Drive, Jersey Shore, and then that out-of-town scoreboard, which we'll get back to in the game on the road on Saturday. Tie Dot and Embroidery. Go see the folks there on Charles Street in Jersey Shore for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
Wow, you know, and there's a freshman. Look at this, man. I'm going to mention this, number 51. He's another Sechrist, Zeke. Listen to that name. Zeke, number 51 at center, 5'10", 185. Paul Hale under center, I formation, pro I. Immediate handoff to number 25. That's Jace Fetzer up the gut for a couple.
Just great to see the freshman for Jersey Shore getting snaps in a varsity ball game. You know, we saw it so much last year when the Bulldogs got into mercy rule early that the second and third teamers, but not a lot of freshmen got snaps last year in ball games, and boy, they're getting it here tonight.
And like you said, number 73, Dubs Bloom in there. He's a monster at 6'6", 330. Hale under center, pro I formation. It's a 2nd and 7. Malk, the deep tailback, pro I. They're going to choose some clock, which is wise. Handoff immediately up the gut to number 25 again. Jace Fetzer gaining a couple, an inch at a time here. He's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, doing exactly what you want to do at this point. Ball game's obviously been well in hand since halftime. Just kind of draining the clock here a little bit, getting it down. Getting some people with some snaps. Dubs Boom kind of caught one on the knee there, coming back a little bit slow to the line of scrimmage.
A couple other guys into the game. Left end is Aiden Palmatier, 6'1", 195. Number 58 as well, Aiden Evans. Pro I formation. Hale is under center. It's going to be a 3rd and 4 on the Schick 23. Another fullback pop. I guess my question now is, do you go for it?
Well, I think you just run it out here. You're obviously not punting it away. So you're probably just going to do a dive again. You're really just trying to chew the clock here, keep everybody healthy. not get a freak injury here at the end of the ball game, somebody turn an ankle or something like that. You don't want any of that on either side, because the Braves are going to be at home back in Sunbury in Shikellamy Stadium, new turf there against their crosstown rival, river rivalry, Selinsgrove Seals on Saturday. They move that game to Saturday as well to give the Braves 5 days between ball games here from this Monday night.
They may take a knee here.
Yeah.
That's, again, we talked about this. Class. Really appreciate and respect. And it's a lot easier to give. Not that we don't always give it, but it's easier to give. Shikellamy came out tonight, takes a knee, takes a delay of game penalty to honor. Officials, negate it. We do the same thing, but tremendous amount of respect for this Shikellamy School District as well tonight.
So Braves going to have a couple more snaps to wrap this one up. 2:35 to go here. The Bulldogs lead 61-12. Probably the only negative, if you want to pick out a negative, is that, hey, the Bulldogs don't get a shutout. But that's more than fine here tonight. Played really well. Both sides of the football, special teams as well.
And you mentioned it. There were like four minutes to go in the third quarter when they got their first down. So the Bulldogs played lights out tonight. That's Baez on the handoff off the left side. There's a scrum towards the point of a tackle. It's Trent Severino in on that tackle, putting the Valley on the map tonight.
And we saw at halftime, I meant to mention this earlier, Nick Severini is doing the special pregame shows for both our broadcast and the LHU broadcast as well. Came in to see us tonight. Just said, hey, I had to be here tonight. Really enjoy what he's doing with the Bear Country Sports Network.
He's excellent. I love listening to his broadcasts. 2nd and 10, ball handoff. It's Baez, and boom, he's met by number 51. That's the Zeke Sechrist. So from center to defense.
Sechrist line continues from that linebacker position for the Bulldogs. One more snap or two here in this one. The Bulldogs are going to improve their record to 3-0-1. Braves going to drop to 1-3 on the season. They're in a tough part of their schedule, playing Jersey Shore tonight on the road and then home again at Selinsgrove on Saturday. That's a tough matchup for them. The Seals, as we saw last week, Nate, are a very, very good ball club that are going to looking to make a deep playoff run.
Talon Lope into the game as well, number 55, as well as Swales, number 64. Quarterback keeper around the outside, but met by Paul Hale. And he says, not on my watch.
Nice tackle for loss there by Paul Hale coming up. It depends on when the officials mark this. That might be the last snap of the ball game, and the Braves might have to snap one more, but the officials doing the best they can to take their time here and mark this one down.
Hats off, when the kids get the playing time, from the student body tonight in the dog pound to the cheerleaders, to the youth football teams, to the band, to the people that, as simple as this, Doug, the people that donated the 10 porta potties today and the bleachers and all the local businesses, the Dave Palskys of the world that make things happen through the Booster Club. We thank you. Handoff up the gut. It's Baez again. You can just tell as bodies move. And that's going to be the last play of the night. Big night for the Bulldogs. That's going to be 61-12 on the scoreboard. Tremendous evening. We're going to be back after this with the wrap-up. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Hey, want to come back and just do player of the game? Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, because I really want to get down there and say congratulations to Travis.
Yep. So I'm going to do, the players of the game.
Your local area insurance agency is McMahon, Ferguson & Associates. They handle your home, auto, commercial, and life insurance needs. Let's talk life insurance. If something happened to you, would your family be prepared? Let McMahon, Ferguson & Associates craft the perfect Erie life insurance policy for you. Call 570-398-4090 or visit 1020 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore. Your local Erie insurance agency is McMahon, Ferguson & Associates.
Always supporting the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, it's the Twilight Diner in Loganton, open 7 days and featuring a full menu, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and daily specials. So good people ask for their food by name, and they bring that great taste on the road with the Twilight Diner on wheels. And now at this area's newest venue for weddings, reunions, and gatherings, Miller's Barn in Tylersville. Hold your next event in the middle of Amish country. Twilight Diner, 603 North Mill Street, Loganton, 570-725-3911 for takeout.
Right now at Wendy's, when you buy either Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, Medium Frosty, or 10-piece nuggets, you can get another for just $1. Your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs
Spicy
and
chicken
a Frosty.
sandwich, Dave's Single, and a Frosty for me.
and
a Frosty.
Okay, who said Frosty and a Frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price of participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's, valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined in a combo or any other offer.
Susquehanna Transit and Trailways are accepting driver applications. Driver applicants must be at least 21. School-related jobs offer an average of 4 to 5 hour workday, summers, weekends, and holiday off. Susquehanna Trailways is accepting applicants for motor coach driving opportunities. Applicants must have a valid driver's license, pass a physical, and have a clean driving record. 570-753-5125 or email schoolbus@susquehannabus.com to learn more.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. This is your dentist. Do me a favor and feel the front of your teeth. How grimy are they? Ugh. It's time for a Crest Pro Health reality checkup. That grime is the buildup of plaque bacteria that can cause cavities in just months. You need to switch to Crest Pro Health. While most toothpaste stop working in minutes, Crest Pro Health's antibacterial fluoride protects for up to 12 hours to stop cavities before they start. So pick some up on the way home. Smile. Crest has you covered.
This week's Jersey Shore game sponsored by Mealy Manufacturing, makers of the Pennsylvania skill games you find everywhere. Powered by Pace-O-Matic and manufactured in Muncie, Mealy Manufacturing, the skill game industry leaders. Their games provide legal entertainment to players and the opportunity to use their skills and strategies to win every time. Vastly different than gambling or casino-style games, skill games require players to think and take action to win. Mealy Manufacturing, supporting the community and employing local workers. 800-338-8401.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly back with the post-game wrap-up here. Thompson Street Stadium. Hey, it wasn't Friday Night Lights, but it was Monday Night Football, not the NFL, but here in the Heartland Conference, Division I. Jersey Shore faced Shikellamy tonight. First class all the way around. Mad respect for all those who showed up in their orange tonight, including the opposing Brave fan base here. They came in their orange as well to honor Max Engel. Once again, our condolences. Nothing but love, thoughts, and prayers coming your way tonight from our Bear Country family. Words cannot express what you must be going through, but know that somebody loves you. So, Doug, we're going to go to the wrap-up tonight. Privileged to serve with you and work with you. But let's go to a couple of points. We're going to go to maybe time of possession and then get to the player of the game.
Yeah, just we talked about the stats in pretty much depth at halftime. And, again, thanks to Coach Chris Davis bringing them remotely to us tonight from Boston. Really the story of the ball game for the stats is that 4 INTs in the first quarter set up the Bulldog offense. They scored on every drive after those INTs, 33-0 at the end of the first half, 47-0 at that break. So the whole second half played in the mercy rule, go on to a huge win. Time of possession, again, thanks to Jim Carpenter for tallying that for us. The Braves in the second half, 13:46. Jersey Shore, 10:14. Jersey Shore ran 19 plays in the second half. Schick ran 20. But the really important thing is total on the scoreboard. Again, 47-0 at the half. Schick tacked on 2 late scores, but Jersey Shore added 1 as well. And the Bulldogs win 61-12 to go to 3-0-1 on the night. That brings us, Nate, to our player of the game. Again, week number 1, it was Tate Sechrist. Week number 2, Tate Sechrist and Elijah Jordan shared it, both over 100 yards in the ball game. No player of the game last week against Selinsgrove, but tonight against Shikellamy, it really, Nate, has to be the Bulldog Nation.
Yes, sir.
The Bulldog D, 4 NTs in that first quarter, how appropriate for that number. And the Bulldogs go on to a big win tonight. So our player of the game tonight, Bulldog Nation, led by the Bulldog D tonight. We're looking forward to week number 5, still in this week on Saturday on the road at Mifflinburg against the Wildcats.
Yeah, for the Bulldog faithful, the Bulldog Nation, you get a twofer this week. You get a 2-for-1. It's Monday Night Football, and then again Saturday. We're not sure about that time yet. It's been bumped to the evening down in Mifflinburg. The Wildcats are looking hungry and ready to go put another win on the board down there. But, Doug, it's a privilege, again, to be a part of such a broadcast on such a special night tonight. We know the emotions and the feelings are mixed, but to truly see the support and the love from our family back at the Bear Country, Dr. Dave Stratton, always one of my fan favorites on the air, bringing you some great music and some great programs along with Jersey Shore High School football here on the Bear. But we're gonna go, and we're going to leave you for tonight. I'm signing off. Once again, we appreciate you. Doug?
No matter what, Nate, no matter what the circumstances, great day to be a Bulldog. Bulldogs win 61-12 over the Shikellamy Braves. We'll see you all on Saturday at Mifflinburg. You're listening to High School Sports on the Bear Country.
Good night and God bless.
Thanks for listening to tonight's game, brought to you by Hollick's Coal and Oil, Alexander Kia, now in Montoursville, McMahon Ferguson Associates, Susquehanna Trailways, B.A. Mikesville Electric, the Dave Winkleman team at Anchor Realty, Jiffy Market and Deli, Briganti, Gleghorn and Hafley Insurance, TLC Fuels, Napa and Jersey Shore and Mill Hall, Jason Eberhardt State Farm Insurance, All Round Tire, Ex-Agway, the Twilight Diner and Miller's Barn, Reese's Printing, Bald Birds Brewing Company, Muncie Bank and Trust Company, Figure Insurance, Joe's Equipment, Tie Dot and Embroidery, and River Valley Internet. It's another tough contest Saturday night when the Bulldogs travel to Mifflinburg. Pregame 6:30, kickoff at 7. See and hear that game on the Bear Country Sports Network.